Hello everyone, welcome to a new game. This is Wrapped with a Kiss. It's an indie game. I got this on a charity bundle several months ago, and I'm excited to see what this is about. So, let's start.
You're fired!
Well, what the heck?
The words thundered throughout the cramped office. People I had never even interacted with craned their neck over the cubicles to see the spectacle in all of its glory. The whispers grew louder and louder as I was escorted out of the building. I was made the fool that day. My boss, Mr. Cardiff, announced my early departure from the company and the business world altogether. I would not be allowed in any respectable corporation with my callous attitude and lack of appropriate knowledge. That was when I headed home to my desolate apartment and began to pack my remaining belongings into cardboard boxes. There was no longer a place for me in the city. Though, part of me had always known that was the truth I'd arrive at one day. What else was I supposed to think after I saw my money, belongings, and even self-worth sizzle away with each day that passed? What I had left to my name now was very little. A few articles of clothing, and a small amount of self-dignity. I quickly realized, as I held an old refrigerator magnet in the palm of my hand, that I'd be content with leaving my life to rot in this cramped, overpriced apartment. One by one, I'd sell every single object until I could afford to leave, and perhaps pull myself out of the trenches I had traveled down. Closing the chapter of the overly exhausted business manager once and for all, I'll be leaving this junk and heading to my sister's house in Hawthorne. It will be an adventure, but one I'm willing to embark on. Because honestly, anywhere is better than here.
No audio. Okay, guess I'll read now. Hey. The bags are heavy and cumbersome, hitting my leg with each step that I take. Perhaps 3 suitcases was too much to take with me on the 4-hour train ride. When I reach the top of the long staircase, I'm winded, taking a moment to inhale some fresh air. The cold air fills my lungs and I shiver. It's much chillier in Hawthorne than back home. I quickly shake my head. Not home. Not anymore. Hawthorne will be where I make myself comfortable, at least until I can get back on my feet again. Though, glancing at everyone around me, I wonder if I can get used to the abundance of trees, comfortable walking space between people, and the lack of constant selfies being taken. Sounds like paradise already.
Finally!
Noelle is here. The 9-year-old girl puts an emphasis on the 2 syllables of my name, laughing. Not the funniest joke, if you can even consider it that, but I'll smile politely. Wait, Mom, this is Noelle, right? She looks different from the pictures. She looks from me to my sister. That's right, the last time I saw Zoe was when she was only 3 years old. How did I let 6 years slip by? Feels like it all happened in the blink of an eye. Zoe has the same golden eyes as her mother, though her dark hair has a slight curl to it. Her hair was always like that, but it's more noticeable now that she's older. Tyson passed away a few years ago, but Natalie refused to have a funeral. She wanted to keep the family sheltered from that part of her life. I wonder if all that's changed. Yes, that's the coffee bean herself. My sister and I lock eyes, and she winks. Coffee bean? I can't help but groan. I almost forgot about that dumb nickname. I was able to live the last few years of my life without ever hearing it, aside from phone calls with Natalie. Never call me that again. Coffee bean! The little girl tilts her head to the side with a devious glint in her eyes. She's going to be calling me that from now on, isn't she? You heard nothing. It's better than a Christmas joke. Honestly, I'll take the alternative.
Humbug.
Dude, if you're gonna read, give me a heads up. Zoe looked confused as my sister and I talk. I only shake my head. Nope, I'm not getting into the coffee bean story right now. I just got here. Mom, can we get hot chocolate on the way home? I don't know. Noelle just got here and she must be really tired. Are you, Noelle? Are you too tired to try the best hot chocolate you'll ever have in your whole life? I'm not tired. Well, I'm yawning, so I am. Especially when hot chocolate is involved. You sure? She frowns, but I shrug. It's a good bonding experience. Yes, I knew you were going to be the best. Your mom is paying, right? I flash a grin at my sister, who shakes her head like a stern mother. She has a lecture for me, but I refuse to suffer through it until we're safely back at her place. Just this once, but I'm not helping with your bags. I roll my eyes. Zoe comes to my side and tries to take one of my bags from me, but they're all the size of her. I can't help but chuckle at the sight. Okay, I got it. No worries, little. Ellie Bean. Zoe scrunches up her nose. By now we've been walking towards Nat's car, a small sedan with a bland coat of gray paint and a ding on the passenger side door. What did you just call me? I managed to maneuver around the vehicle with my 3 bags, 2 rolling on each side and smaller stacked on top of another. Still cumbersome, but at least they're not weighing me down.
Sorry.
We got all terrible nicknames in the household, sorry. But holiday themed? Ugh. Hey, what's wrong with the little Christmas cheer, love bug? Easy for you to say, you don't have to hear people call you Jelly Bean. Oh, don't worry, your mom's nickname is way worse. Really? What is it? I grin mischievously, shooting a glance at the scowling older woman. Should I tell her? Yes.
No.
I don't know, I think it's only fair. Natalie walks to her side of the car, fishing for her keys in her bag. In the meantime, I let go of my own bags and stretch my arms overhead. I've got to work out more if my muscles are this sore over dragging my luggage around. That's all you brought? I'm surprised you didn't bring more. I mean, you are staying here with us. Only until I get back on my feet. Even so, you don't plan on going back to the city, do you? I shake my head, getting into the unlocked car. Natalie and Zoe follow suit. I can understand Nat's apprehension about letting me return to the city. She's the one who had to deal with my tears on the worst nights. I'm only a phone call away, Natalie used to say, and she really was, even at 3 a.m. when she had to wake up early the next day for work and to get Zoe ready for school. In the city, I was working a job that paid well, but barely enough to afford the rent on my tiny apartment. My hours were long, excruciating even. Okay, straight up. If you can barely afford a place to live in, you're not getting paid enough. So this sentence doesn't make sense. If your salary can't keep up with renting prices, you're not getting paid enough, period. So I really don't see what they were going for here. I felt like I was losing myself to my job, and it all crumbled down after my termination from the workforce. But I haven't told Natalie the real reason I was fired. I don't think she'll be proud of me. Though I stand by my decision, and I'll do it all over again if it meant leaving that button-up life behind. I didn't renew my lease, and I sold everything in the place. All I took were my clothes, some old pictures, and Mom's necklace. I sold a lot prior to the decision to move in order to pay back some of my debts. This expensive, important ruby-plated bow pendant, easily worth enough for a month's rent, is something I won't part with. That's all you need anyway. The pretty red necklace you're wearing? I reach up and grab the pendant in between my 2 fingers. It's lightweight, and despite being old, still sparkles and shines in the light.
Yeah.
Your grandmother gave it to me before she left on one of her grand old adventures. What adventure is she on now? The 17th? Who knows? I stopped counting long ago. You know what? I'm happy for her. She gets to travel the world and meet so many interesting people. Grandma's so cool, buys the best gifts too. Natalie looks at her daughter through the rearview mirror and lowers her eyes. Christmas is not about the gifts. But they're nice, I suppose. Hey, where's the snort? I was promised a snort. Mom must be spoiling her on the holidays as well. The last gift I got from the older woman was an expensive watch that I sold after only a few weeks of having it. That thing was nice, but what was the point of having something so flashy if I didn't have food to put on the table that week? See? She's not getting paid enough. I straighten up in my seat, eyes forward as Natalie takes a turn. As we get further away from the train station, more people come into view, and an array of shops line up next to each other like a strip mall. Wow, a lot of these businesses look like they're family-owned. Oh yeah, no fancy big chains here. I love it. So, no Burger Boss? No Burger Boss. But Natalie points to a storefront a few feet ahead from where we're stopped at a red light. I can faintly make out the rustic wooden sign that reads something grill. Peter's Grill as real burgers. Delish, trust me. But Burger Boss has cheap burgers on the go. They cook them in 40 seconds or less. That's their motto. How good can a burger be if it was cooked in 40 seconds? Excuse me? Really good. You've got slow your pace in Hawthorne. Nothing worth getting done is Nothing worth getting done is completed in 40 seconds or less. So you say. I don't know, Mom. Now that I'm thinking about it, the place is called Burger Boss for a reason. The owner must be the boss of all burgers, so maybe that's how he makes them in 40 seconds? Magic burgers! She smiles to herself, looking out the window with just as much enthusiasm and wonder as myself, though she's lived in Hawthorne her whole life. Once we take the next turn at the corner, we'll be at the main plaza.
Yay!
Jesus. Which is where we can get our hot chocolate. From the rear of... I'm sorry. I really struggle with reading. From the rear view mirror, I can see Zoe excitedly vibrating in her seat. That hot chocolate must be damn good. Alright, out of my car. We're here. I almost missed that Natalie has pulled over to a parking spot. She taps her fingers on the steering wheel, waiting for me and Zoe to get out of the car. Zoe and I both barrel out, laughing. I've missed Natalie so much and never really had a second to stop and breathe back in the city, let alone think about the family I never visited. When I look up, I notice just how festive the square is. There are what? Poinsettias? Fuck, I don't know. Outside of the old shops. Rafts decorate some of the business doors, and there's a very fancy tree in the center of the plaza. Though nothing is too elaborate. It's tasteful, like a Christmas card. Back in the city, all the decorations are even more elaborate. There are blow-up Santa decorations outside of every storefront. The fanciest places have sparkly reindeer statues and other gimmicks, like holiday hashtags that people can use when they take pictures next to the displays. Then, of course, there's the present boxes that are everywhere. Train stations, lampposts, store windows. The holidays are always an in-your-face kind of thing.
What do you think of Hawthorne so far?
I've been here for 5 minutes. But you've seen some of it. It's pretty, I guess. I answer with a shrug, which seems to be enough of a reply. There's so much to see and do here. You'll love it. Let the hot cocoa sway me, then. Hot cocoa! Zoe cups her hands over her mouth and calls out into the air. Natalie rolls her eyes, and I watch the girl curiously. What are you going to get, Coffee Bean? Okay, no, that's not going to be a thing. It is.
You're going to get coal for Christmas.
I think Santa would find the nickname funny, too. You don't even know why your mom calls me that. Do they call you that because you eat coffee beans? It was one time. The little girl snickers. Gotcha, you little... Natalie interrupts the two of us by placing a menu in front of my face. Huh? Pick a hot cocoa flavor. It looks like there's 3 varieties. One is red velvet. It has a small star next to it, which the menu keynotes as a consumer favorite. Then there's the rich, dark chocolate flavor, and lastly, white chocolate with a twinge of raspberry. Okay, I really don't like chocolate. I already this, I can't remember, so I'm going with this. I think I'll have red velvet. Good choice. Well, what do you think? Delish? Absolutely. See? Told ya. The 3 of us decide to take our cocoa to go as the place is packed inside. I'm actually shocked to see so many people. You'd think it was a lunch rush at Boss Burger. I take another large gulp from the festive paper cup. If everything is as good as his hot cocoa, Hawthorne won't be such a bad place. Oh, Zoe, while we're here, we should pick up your recital dress from the cleaners. Recital dress? Are you a dancer or something, Jellybean? I'm playing the Ghost of Christmas Past in the town's holiday show at the end of the month. Since I'm a ghost, I can wear anything I want, but you'll see the outfit on the day of the show. I can't see now? Nope. Now you'll definitely have to come to the show. Ouch, harsh that you'd think I'd miss your performance.
It's just like insurance.
Insurance? You mean insurance? Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, Noelle can't miss it or else the Christmas magic won't work. Then the show will totally explode.
What?
Natalie shakes her head with a small smile. It's an old superstition. Nestor! Huh? A long, long time ago, a young girl named Nestor bumped into something backstage and caused the whole set to catch fire. So, not totally explode, some details got lost in time. Some people think it's because she bragged about her costume before the show and made sure everyone in town saw it ahead of time. Exactly! The more people who see your costume, the more the show will catch fire. I'm not sure that's how it works, but okay. I don't think a show can actually explode, but I'll let her have her moment. The more I watch Zoe's theatricality, oh my lord, theatricality, the more confident I am that she'd make a wonderful performer. I'm actually looking forward to seeing her. It will be the first children's play I've seen, not to mention one for a relative. The dry cleaner is 3 shops down, Loelle. We'll be quick. You can sit on one of the benches or look around. Yeah, don't worry about me. The 2 girls walk off, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I take another sip from my hot chocolate and find a seat. It's best not to wander off too far when I don't have a phone with good service. I figured a fancy phone wasn't an expense I really needed. I drum my fingers on my thighs. The hair chilly, but the cocoa is warming me up. I haven't had a minute to just sit down and breathe in a long time. I close my eyes as the wind caresses my face. I don't know how long I sit there until I hear a voice jolting me from my reverie.
Nice choice.
Dude, fuck off. My eyes slowly flutter open and I see a man casting a shadow over me. He's smiling genuinely, holding his own drink in his hand. Like, don't approach me like this. Like, mind your fucking business. Leave me alone. Thanks, it sounded really good. It sounded really good? I'm sorry, am I missing something? Shit. Hold on. I didn't mean that. Did it disappoint? No, wait, this is great. Hawthorne is the best hot cocoa around. You can't change my mind. So far, I think you may be right. I usually am, like, right now, I think you're new here. Am I right again? Shit, like, this is fucking cringe. Oh no, busted. I pushed some of my hair behind my ear. I can't, I have headphones. What gave it away? I thought I was doing a good job of blending in. I smile up at the stranger because we both know that's not true. I'm sure I look like a fish out of water. Yeah, you were doing an awesome job. He winks at me as he says this. I can't help but blush at the mystery man and try to turn my head to the side so he won't notice. What the fuck is this? This is so cringe. I just know everyone in town. Oh, somebody fucking help me. I can't deal with this macho bullshit. Everyone? No way. That's not possible. You can't know everyone in town. Why not? Because? I motion to the plaza around us as if the answer is obvious. We're not in some small mountain town isolated from the rest of the world. This plaza is pretty sizable. Even the train station had a lot of people mulling about. The man begins to laugh, throwing his head back as he does so. You're from a big city, aren't you? You've got to be psychic or something. No. You sweetie dwellers are used to packed spaces. It's pretty easy to spot you guys in a crowd. Hawthorne really isn't that big. Compared to the city or not, there are still so many people walking around now. You can't know all of them. Okay, maybe not all of them. Before I can say anything, he places one of his hands up to stop me. This is so fucking cringe. But Hawthorne is a winter town, so there's more people walking around than usual. Tourists, you know, that doesn't count. I do know all about the locals, though. Do you make it a habit to welcome all tourists? This is how it sounds at her. Tourists, no. New residents, yes. I never said I'm a new resident. Didn't have to. Oh my lord. I tilt my head to the side like a dog trying to make sense of what's happening. Like this? I have no idea what this man is talking about. Same sister. What about me gives it away, Mr. Detective? Your eyes. Can I puke? My eyes? I furrow my brows. What is furrow? Is like this?
Yeah.
Same as your sisters. You're related to Natalie, right? Oh my god. Now it all makes sense. This guy is probably one of Nat's friends. I'm going to flip on her for getting the welcoming committee on my tail. Hey now, she didn't do anything but tell me your sibling was coming. I saw her and Zoe walk off in the other direction, so I assumed. The rest was just teasing. Teasing. I scrunched my nose up. Like this? I don't know. Gee, thanks. It's Hawthorne hospitality. We like to have fun here. You're Noel, right? Yep, that'll be me. The man extends his hand towards me.
My name is Elliot. I'm the town's local carpenter.
You're the town's local fucking creep, motherfucker. Local carpenter? Like, there's only one? I've got to be in some kind of movie or something. I'm coming from the city to a small winter town where I bumped into the handsome carpenter. Girl, fucking disgusting. Only one good carpenter. Oh my god. I'm jostled from my thoughts by the man's voice and I try to straighten up. Is that so? I can show you my skills and you can do the judging yourself. Skills? What kind of skills? I open my mouth to say something when I hear the laughter of a little girl. From the corner of my eye, I catch sight of Zoe, swinging her arms in wide circles in her white jacket as she and her mother approach. Oh, look who it is, the little firecracker. That's how you come up with a nickname, Noel. The girl sticks her tongue out at me. Hey, I thought Jelly Bean was pretty good. It's festive. I like it. No, you don't. Natalie comes up to us, fumbling with straightening out her dry cleaning.
Hey, Elliot. On a supply run?
Elliot chases coffee cup. Fuel run. Equally as important. You going to a party or something? Elliot points to the hanger that Natalie is holding. She shakes her head. That's my costume for the Christmas show. She jumps in front of it to shield it from prying eyes. Careful, if you look at it, the show will catch on fire and explode. How many times do I have to tell you, Zoe? Nothing will catch on fire when I'm the one building the set. You can't stop a ghost, Ellie. I glance at the stranger, a gleam of amusement in my eyes. I think she's right. Oh, for sure, I was just testing her. Drinking peppermint coffee again. Elliot, you know I waited months for this flavor to come back. I'll be here every morning. Ha, I don't doubt it. I can't wait to grab a cup in the morning before work. Are you sure you'll wake up on time? Of course. I'll make time if I have to.
No fair.
You have to get me all cocoa if you come here in the morning, but you'll have to wake up even earlier if you want some for school, you know. Never mind then. I'm still sitting on the bench watching Elliot as he, Nat, and Zoe talk with relative familiarity. Feels kind of awkward seeing the man talk to my sister like they're best friends. Siblings, even. I'm the stranger here, not Elliot. Nat finally takes notice of me and grins, almost as if I'm an afterthought to the situation. Added on because of an inconvenience. I feel a little awkward, to be honest. I see you've met my sister, Noel. I see you met my sister, Noel. Yes, what a wonderful conversationalist she's been. I try my best. I look up and try to smile meekly. If not for me losing my job, I probably wouldn't be here. I'll probably still be a stranger to my whole family, sending the obligatory Happy Holidays text and being on my merry way.
It's lovely meeting you, Noel. Welcome to our small town, and I hope you enjoy your stay.
Do you always talk like this? For however long it is? Nat looks to me for confirmation, but I only shrug my shoulders. Who knows how long I'll be here? I certainly didn't make any plans. Well, let's say a few words. What the fuck? Let's say a few months. No, forever! Forever's a long time. We'll see about that. Oh, does that mean the idea of forever is on the table? Elliot wiggles a brow. Wiggles a brow? Like this. Wiggle, wiggle, wait, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And takes a sip of his coffee. There's a slight grin on his face, and I quickly realize that the man loves to joke around. Elise is making an effort to include me in a conversation. Perhaps extending courtesy because of his relationship with Natalie. Guess I have to try and make Hawthorne look really good, so you'll want to stay. You've been doing a great job of it already. Of course you'd say that, Natty. Hey, I'm not lying. You fixed up this place really nicely. If someone who hasn't lived here for years thinks it looks good, I'll believe you. Natalie and Elliot both turn to me and I shrink back in my seat. I will admit that Hawthorne is very different from the place I've lived for the last few years. For one, my family is here and I won't be crammed inside of a shoebox-sized apartment. However, everything still feels new. I'll need to get used to being here. I think Hawthorne is... pretty. It's pretty. I give him a half-hearted answer. See? I'm not convinced. That sounds kinda flat. Besides, Hawthorne is more than just a pretty space. I've only been here for an hour or so. Can't really judge. If you'll be here for a while, then I have time to show you Hawthorne's best kept secrets. Some not even Natty or Zoe know about. Like your dick? Wow, Elliot, you're really going to give away secrets like that? Yeah, you have to tell us too. I'll tell all of you, but Noelle has to stay long enough to find out. Wouldn't make sense otherwise. I place my hand on my chin. Sounds tempting. I sense a butt coming. You wish! You wish a butt was coming. A butt? Gross. See, the kid gets it. I can't help but laugh at that one like the child I really am, though Elliot seems to think it's funny as well. No butts allowed, Noelle. A child is here. Guess that means I have to give you a yes or no answer, huh? It's going to be a yes, right? Secrets are on the line, Noelle. Yes, but for the secrets. It's not like I have any other friends around town. It'd be a good opportunity to get to know the place better, at least. Hey, I'm taking it and holding you to it. Part of me is a little nervous at the idea, but I try my best to shake it off. Alright, well, the coffee's getting cold and I have a project back at home waiting for me. I'll catch you three another time. Before you leave, can you come over one day this week to look at the plumbing? You're only getting cold water at the moment. I can stop by tomorrow.
No.
Absolutely not. Monday's your day off. You're not coming over to do work. Nettie, it's you. Can't let you shower in cold water. It's like ice out here. And if not for you, for Zoe. Yes, Mom, for me. I hate the cold water. I look between my sister and Elliot. The two of them are closer than I initially thought. Natalie knows his work schedule. Elliot treats Zoe like she's family. Are the pair dating or interested in each other? There's certainly some chemistry there. If you really don't mind. I don't. Well, settle then. I'll see you tomorrow. She claps her hands together and I wonder why she bothered with the polite dance. I can see in her eyes she knew damn well this guy was going to come to her rescue. What's up with the two of them? Tomorrow then. Elliot waves at the three of us and walks off. I watch him for a moment, curiosity getting the best of me. Let's head home. Natalie motions for me and Zoe start walking to the car. My feet feel heavy as I stand up. I'm tired, but beyond that, I'm feeling apprehensive about being new in a place. About being in a new place. Zoe runs a few feet ahead of us, blissfully ignorant to the feelings eating me up inside. As I watch her play, I can help but feel a little jealous that I'm not as carefree as her. Hey, Nat, I have a question. My words are sudden, leaving my mouth in a burst. I have an answer. You and Elliot. No, don't start this. Natalie shakes her head
What?
Something. Start what? I'm just curious. You two seem close. We are, but it's not anything like you're thinking. You don't know what I'm thinking. You're thinking that he and I would make a good couple. What? No, definitely not. Natalie rolls her eyes. A lot of people see it as more than it is, but Elliot's just genuinely a nice guy who cares about me and Zoe. That's it. That's it? Yes, Elliot was Tyson's best friend. I can't date him. Doesn't feel right, and I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. Oh. Well, if she puts it like that, I guess I can understand how dating her deceased husband's best friend could get complicated.
However, Elliot is single. He's handsome, funny, has a good job, good with kids, totally not judgmental.
I have more if you want to hear it. Why would I want to hear it? Because you're single and have no baggage. Don't play matchmaker, Nat. Why not? We were just about to. I just thought there was some chemistry, that's all. Ah, sure. That's all. Hey, what do you mean by that? She gives a knowing smirk, but turns her attention to her daughter, who is waiting in front of the car. Time to go home. I'm sure Noelle is tired after a long day. But can we go on another adventure soon? Natalie pats her daughter's head with a serene smile, and I feel a warmth fill my stomach. This is the family life I've been missing out on. It feels good to be included for once. Come on, ladies, let's head home. The three of us shuffle into Natalie's car for another drive, but this time to my new residence. Upon entering Natalie's house, I'm shocked. It's by no means a mansion, but it's way bigger than the apartment I was living in before, though I'm willing to bet most houses in this town are. By the time we bring in my bags and get settled, it's dark outside. Well, what do you think? It's amazing. Really, I know it's not too shabby, but amazing is a big compliment. Back home, I was living in a shed compared to this. A pretty shed, at least? No, my entire salary was spent on bare, ugly box. Well, rent here is much cheaper than the city. There's that. Zoe flings herself onto the couch and buries her face into the sofa pillows. Let's watch a movie.
No.
You have school tomorrow. So, it's a special occasion. Noelle is here. And Noelle will be here tomorrow. And the day after that. But no means no. Go and put your PJs on. I'll be up for lights out in a bit. Natalie's a strict mom, but I guess she has to be since she's doing it all by herself. Can Noelle take me to school at least? Or am I going to do that? I don't even know where it is. It's not too far from here. Zoe knows the walk there. Not that you have to take her. Oh, but Noelle, please. She claps her hands together and gives me her best puppy dog eyes. I guess so. Why not?
Yay!
Jesus, that's annoying. But you have to go shower and get ready for bed now. Deal! The girl bolts off in a hurry and I watch her leave. Why is she so excited about me taking her to school? Who knows? I'm shocked myself, honestly. I was afraid Zoe was going to hate you. She has a hard time making friends lately. Wait, really? The same girl I just saw right up the stairs? No way. Natalie nods her head. After Tyson's death, she shut everyone out, even me. Zoe pretends like nothing is bothering her, but I can't imagine she's okay with her father getting sick and passing away. He tried to hide it from her, but Zoe's smart. She must have seen him getting progressively worse. It feels like a pile of bricks are sitting on my heart as Natalie tells me the truth of her and Zoe's situation. Natalie has always tried to find the light in everything, even as she sits so firmly in the dark. Why didn't you tell me how bad it was? I thought the disease was sudden. I could have been here to help you through Tyson's sickness. Would you have come, Noelle? Nat, you're my sister. Of course I would have come. You distanced yourself for years. After you left home, you never looked back. Zoe's 9, and you've only met her once before this. I didn't think you cared about anything more than yourself, so I never brought it up. I feel like she delivered a devastating blow to my gut, but I can't argue with her. Natalie's completely right. I withdrew from her, but so did the rest of our family. Mom, Dad, our siblings. We all went our separate ways and stopped being a family. Yet when I called Natalie, she always answered and lent a listening ear. Which means, what the fuck? I didn't return the favor and never bothered to ask what she needed. I'm a
terrible sister.
Yeah, you are. And she's way too good. She shakes her head with a frown. You're not. I just don't think that we're ever equipped with the knowledge of how to be a functioning family. Mom and Dad were hardly ever in the same room together. All we ever had was Dad, and he drilled in our heads that we needed to be financially stable to be successful. Is that why Nala left to marry that rich yoga instructor and Neve went on his backpacking journey across the country? Speechless and frowning, I run through these details in my head. It makes a lot of sense, but I am more than a victim of my environment. I'm the one who didn't pull myself out of the cycle and kept going with it. Don't look at me like that, Noelle. I've been seeing a therapist, and it's really been helping. You should too, honestly. See a therapist? Guess I never considered it. I know, that made you think it was normal to live the way we were living. It's a whole thing, Noelle. You've got to look at your past and move from it. It's not bothering me, though. Sure it's not. You worked for 8 years at a job Dad wanted you to be at. 8 fucking years, Noelle. That's almost as old as my daughter. She shakes her head. I stare dumbfounded. She's right. I found myself majoring in business because Dad said that was a financially secure option. He was always veering us in that direction. I don't know what I would have chosen to do otherwise. The thought plays on my mind. I'm not very creative. What else could I have done? Would I still be on the same path if I didn't have Dad's voice constantly in my ear?
Never mind all that. I've forgiven the past. You're here now. That's all that matters to me. We can all move forward with the present moment.
If you want a number to my therapist, I'll be happy to give it to you as well. Though maybe it's best to see someone new. She could refer you to a colleague. I need some time to think about everything. You just unloaded a lot. I know. She gives me a warm smile. And like the bullshit is this lady is like unemployed. So she needs a job, and only then she should consider a therapist. Unless you're willing to pay for her shit. She gives me a warm smile. Take all the time you need, but in the meantime, let's get some sleep. You have to be early tomorrow, take Zoe to school. She leaves the house at 7:15. Yeah, that's not a problem. My body's used to sleeping and waking up early. Take care and sleep in after tomorrow. I think you could use a little rest. Maybe. I lay in the dark, tossing and turning in bed. By now, I'd usually be asleep, tired from a long day at work. Not even the fatigue is enough to settle my racing thoughts as I stare up at the ceiling. The mattress underneath me is firm, almost new. I imagine this guest room must not have been used often. Turning to my side, I screw my eyes shut and try to lull myself to sleep, but all I can think is what Natalie told me earlier about our parents. Mom has never been around long enough to actually be our guardian, and our father constantly drilled in our heads that money defined us. I remember working in my dad's company by the age of 14, handing out flyers on the street. I never got to hang out with my friends or ride bikes. I was always indoors, studying or helping Dad. So, first you say that you spent your time in the street giving away flyers. In the next sentence you say, I was always indoors, studying or helping Dad. So were you indoors or are you out on the streets giving out flyers? Like, this script is garbage. Okay, hold on. I'm getting way too heated because of the cringiness of the guy from before. I don't mean that it's garbage. It doesn't make sense. I wonder if I wasted too much time living for someone else. This thought overtakes me as I find myself to go to sleep, but it's no use. The darkness never seems to leave. December 2nd, let's go. Wait, is it gonna be the whole Christmas? Oh my gosh, like the whole month of December? The sun shines into my room and I groan, trying to cover my face. I don't remember leaving the blinds open. That must mean... Nat! You've got 20 minutes, get dressed and get out. Like, ain't no way she wouldn't wake up from the blinds being open. Good morning to you too. It's painful as I turn over on the stiff bed. I couldn't tell you what time I fell asleep, but it must have been late because I feel like I was run over by a truck. Why did I agree to take Zoe to school this morning? Oh, right, she was freaking excited and I didn't have the heart to tell her to buzz off. Ugh. I forced myself out of bed, my bare feet touching the high-sea wooden floor. I take a good look at the room. It's void of any clutter. Every item looks like it's perfectly placed, almost as if the items are on display. As if you wouldn't, look at the room last night. What? To put her shit? Like, I'm sorry, this makes zero sense. There are some sport magazines laid out on the end table, paintings of various nature areas on the walls, and little glass statues in the cabinet across from the bed. I actually recognize some of the trinkets. These are all party favors where I got back in the day from communions, weddings, and birthdays. I haven't been to one of those parties in years. Natalie has found a nice little home for her memories. I feel a bit guilty that I tossed mine in the trash, but I haven't seen the family associated with these trinkets in years. I dragged my feet to my suitcase on the floor. I didn't bother unpacking last night. Okay, fine, you didn't unpack, but still, you would look around the room before laying on bed. I take out the first shirt on top and frown. It's a pink peplum top. I'm only taking Zoe to school. I begin to toss clothing items to the floor one by one till I find something casual at the very bottom. Somehow I don't think my business attire will fit in too well with Hawthorne. When I walk into the kitchen, Zoe's standing with her hands on the strings of her backpack. There's a half-eaten plate of eggs on the table behind her. My stomach rumbles, but I know I took too long trying to find an outfit. I shoot a longing look at the table. Finally. You ready? I don't want to be late.
Sorry.
Needed to look my best to impress everyone at the school. You can't walk with someone who looks lame, can you? Nope, I cannot. Good point. She holds her hand out to me, and I stare at it for a moment before realizing what she's asking. She wants me to hold her hand. I look over at Natalie, who's standing behind the counter. She nods her head slightly, wearing a small smile. I take Zoe's hand. It's small and warm. Like, yesterday, I met my friend's kids for the first time, because she's been living abroad, and now she's here in Portugal again. And her oldest daughter is 4. And like, I don't know, like I never really had much contact with kids. Even in my family, there are no kids. Everyone is my age. But it felt so heartwarming how the little kid wasn't shy or scared or anything. Like, she was pretty comfortable in coming on my lap or playing and holding hands, and it felt like really good. That, like, I love my friend to death. We're really close, and it felt good also that her daughter also feels close to me, you know, like that really felt good. I was freaking out that the kid might just not like me or something, because again, I'm not used to kids, so I really don't know how to handle or deal with them. Anyways, moving on. I'm reminded of myself when I was little. I hated going to school. Mom had to hold my hand as we walked to make sure I wouldn't run back home. Zoe seems much more content to go to school despite what Natalie mentioned the night before. It's really hard to believe that someone with as bright of a personality as Zoe is struggling. I give her hand a little squeeze. And she grins up at me. Come on, I'll show you the way. Have a good day, Zoe. Mom loves you. Natalie blows a kiss to her daughter, who catches it in her hand and places it on her cheek. Bye, Mom. See you later. When we walk out into the street, I'm hit with a rush of cold air. Zoe seems to revel in it, shutting her eyes and pointing her head up toward the sun. I'm a little nervous to be walking her to school, as I've never been good with kids. I'm the youngest child. I was always the one being watched over. I wish I could stay home all the time. Yeah, but you'll be able to get a good job once you finish school. I almost feel bad giving her the same tired advice that my own father mentioned over and over again. We were valued by how much money we brought into the house. Maybe that's why Nala went and married the first rich guy who showed her any interest, or why Neve followed Mom's footsteps and left, or even why I decided to pursue a soul-shattering job I hated. The only one who seemed to leave that space in one piece was Natalie. Well, as close to one piece as a broken family can manage. I don't envy her for having to reconstruct the life that Tyson's death destroyed. Yeah, that's what Mom always says. I want to be a fashion designer and president. Wow, a president who designs her own clothes? Never heard of that one. I like it. I mean, she could be the president of a fashion company. Although, it's not what she meant. Right? But Sandy G is telling everyone that it's not possible to be whatever I want. Of course it's possible. Anything is possible. I repeat the sentiment, but I'm not sure I believe it myself. The real world's a lot more harsh than what we let children believe. Well, Sandy G says it's not, and everyone believes her. They laugh at me during share time when I write about it. My eyes snap to the girl. I notice her tone begins to falter. Mom says you're really successful. She said that? Yeah, she told me you work for a big company like you always wanted to. I want to be like that one day. She stops walking and turns to face me. Maybe one day you can come and show Sandy G that my dreams aren't dumb. A heaviness settles on my heart as I watch the girl praise me. The false image of myself that Natalie has told Zoe is what's giving her hope. The truth isn't anywhere close to what she truly thinks, but I'm not mean enough to shatter that for her. Sure, I can do that, but just so you know. Okay, seriously, like, straight up, if it's my daughter, I'm gonna say fuck Sandy G. Fuck her. Cause I cuss a lot and I really don't care that kids cuss. Like, it's one thing when you cuss at someone, and another thing is when you just cuss for cussing, you know? But because this isn't my daughter, and I'm not exactly sure, you know, like, what sort of relationship Natalie has with her, like if she cusses or not. Realistically, I would do this because it's not my daughter. If it's my daughter, I'm gonna do this because it's a game. Fuck Sandy G.
Fuck Sandy G.
Woo! Felt good. Oh. She points at me, but I'm confused. What? You said the F word! Elliot, nah, dude, fuck this. Fuck yeah, I did! This is how you react. Don't say those words ever. Nah, man, say them. I scratch the back of my neck nervously. It's okay, mommy curses around me sometimes. I know I'm not allowed to repeat them. Still funny. Oh, you're teasing me, are you? Little girl shrugs and runs forward. Hey, Noelle, come race me. I take in a large breath of air and still myself. My stamina is probably not the best, but I'm not going to lose a game of tag to a 9-year-old. My feet slam onto the pavement as I chase after her. It was a short-lived moment, but walking with Zoe was nice. She was talkative, more so than the day before, almost as if she was finally able to get some things off her chest without her mother's watchful eyes. When Zoe runs off to the school building, I watch for a few moments. I'm nostalgic as I remember the simpler times sitting in class waiting for the recess bell to ring so I could play with my best friends, none of whom I talk to today. Life is funny that way, pulling you away from your friends and plopping you into a new life. I shake off my melancholic thoughts as I feel the sadness creeping up inside. This time, things will be different. I have to stay positive. When I get home, I see Natalie leaning over a steaming pot of coffee. It smells delicious. Welcome back. Everything went okay? Yeah. Mostly. What happened? I contemplate telling her about what Zoe and I talked about earlier. If I had a daughter, I think I would want to know if there was something bothering her. Do you know who Sandy G is? Oh yeah, that's Bernadette's daughter. To my understanding, she's the popular girl that everyone likes. Why? Did Zoe mention her? Yeah, apparently she thinks it's dumb that Zoe wants to be a fashion designer president. Dumb? What kind of nonsense is Bernadette putting in her daughter's head? Probably the same nonsense as Dad did in ours. I understand being realistic, but Zoe's just a child. I don't want her to feel like she can't dream. The harsh reality talks will come when she's much older, and from me, not some little girl. Natalie stops what she's doing and frowns. The coffee machine behind her makes a whirring sound as it starts up. It's not a huge thing, but that's my daughter, and I want to protect her. I think she knows that, or she'd understand it. You're her mother, and you don't want her to get hurt. No, I don't, but I can't help getting angry when things like this happen. Zoe wants me to come to her school and talk to Sandy. Really? Yeah, someone told her that I'm really successful and work for a big company. You did, so it's technically not a lie. You shouldn't embellish the truth so much. At some point, you'll need to be truthful with Zoe. I know, you're right. It's just much harder than it sounds. She's been through so much. This little lie isn't hurting anyone. Seems like it's even helping Zoe out, which is why I'm going to keep it. For now.
Thank you.
She curses under her breath. It's my job. Give me a minute. Natalie walks into the living room while I sit at the counter tapping my fingers against the marble. The kitchen is clean and modern, not what you would think a single mother and daughter would live in. Natalie was always a tidy person, however this is sterile, even for her. Not a speck of dust can be seen, no strewn about utensils or even mail on the table. This place doesn't look lived in. Which is absolutely not possible. Natalie was never this tidy. She must have decided to clean things up after having a child. I don't know how long I sit here contemplating this until the doorbell rings. Like, I could believe if this woman had no kids, or if she had kids but lived at home now that the kid is going to school. But a single parent with a job, so like not always at home, there's no way this is possible. I look over to Natalie in the living room, who throws her arms in the air in an exasperated manner. Whatever her boss is telling her has her frazzled. Don't worry, I'm just going to answer the door. Not sure whether Natalie hears me, but I climb out of my seat and head for the door anyway. I try to stifle a yawn as I pull the front door open. It's too early for visitors. You just know it's the fuckboy.
Good morning.
Hey, it's the fuckboy. Sleepyhead or coffee bean, was it? Elliot is standing on the other side of the door with a huge grin. Too huge for 8 a.m. if you ask me. As Ned had been telling everyone that story, it was one time in 5th grade, and it was a dare. I put my hands against my cheeks in exasperation. Elliot only chuckles. That's how he laughs. She never told me the story, but did tell me to call you that when I saw you. So, what happened in the 5th grade at one time? I shake my head and begin to swing the door closed when Elliot placed his foot in the opening to prevent me from shutting the door in his face. Alright, too early for jokes. Anyways, I'm here to help fix the cold water problem Nat mentioned yesterday. I open the door again, this time fully. Elliot kneels down to pick up a tool bag by his right foot. Right, the pipes. I totally forgot it was coming. You look awfully excited to be fixing some pipes at 8 a.m. Is there a better time to be fixing the pipes? I don't know. I figured you might want to sleep in. It's your day off, right? Sleeping is nice, but I thought that you might want to take a hot bath after your long trip here. So I wanted to come early. I actually thought you'd be the one sleeping in. I finally stepped to the side and let Elliot enter. He's getting a little chilly standing with the door wide open. Elliot walks into the house and takes his jacket off, placing it on the coat hanger by the door. Nat's living room? I notice Elliot makes a left turn, at least two of us, towards living room. It's like he's been here a million times before, and according to Nat, he has. So, why are you up so early? Zoe wanted me to walk her to school. I couldn't say no. Truth is that I haven't slept in for a long time. I'm not sure what I would do with all the time wasted. Am I supposed to stay up late to compensate? 8 years of the grind has really gotten to me. Natalie catches up to us with a look of annoyance. Good morning, Elliot. You look pissed. Did I come too early? Haven't had your coffee yet? Of course not. You're welcome to my house. Into my home at any time. She taps her front pocket where a slight outline of her phone can be seen. My boss called and needs me coming to work to cover someone's shift. It's considered overtime since it's before my usual hours, and it's only a few extra hours. She runs her hands through her hair. It's funny how she's trying to convince herself more than Elliot. And I? Do you mind staying anyway, Elliot? Of course, you'll be an in-out job. I hope so. I could really use a hot shower. That's why I said I'd come here early. Very considerate of you, Elle. I just know how rough it is to shower in cold water during the winter. It gets extra chilly here in Hawthorne, and I don't like my dick to be shrunk. Your service is appreciated. I feign a salute. And Nat rolls her eyes. Well, you two have a grand old time. Oh, and I'll pick up Zoe on my way home from work, Noelle, so don't worry about that. If you want to stay, Elle, I'll make us some dinner. I can't impose this time. It's never imposing. Despite Nat's reassuring words, Elliot looks at me with a hint of doubt in his eyes. Natalie says her goodbyes and hurries off, not a minute too long wasted. Alright, Noelle, like I said, it'll be an in-and-out job, shouldn't take long at all. I know where everything is, so you can go about your day and pretend like I'm not here at all. Awkwardly, I raise my hand in a small wave. Good luck? I don't really know what to say, so I offer him a weak smile. It's early, so I'm going to excuse the lack of enthusiasm. Enthusiasm for what? For you to finally be able to shower with warm water. Oh. Takes a lot out of me trying to stiffly yawn, but he breaks through anyway. Point taken, huh? I look up at him and he smirks. Just say that I'm bothering you, Noelle. Thought a clever response, both laugh. Smile is really contagious. Okay, no more wasting time. I need to get to work. Alright, I'll be around. Elliot thanks me and heads off to the other room to fix a broken pipe. Like, dude, this looks like the script of a porno. It's sort of strange having him here. Like, when I'd have to call my internet service provider to come and check my connection. They'd work while I'd awkwardly stand by in the other room. I should kill some time. Maybe I can check my laptop and see if I've gotten any emails or messages on social media. I did tell Dad I was leaving the city, but I did it over a message on BookBook. The website my mother made us all join so she could share her travel pictures. Perhaps he responded? The idea makes me nervous, but I had to let him know that from now on, everything is going to be on my terms. This is so fucking weird. Like, the script, like, I can't get into it. I head upstairs to the guest bedroom where I can get some privacy from the man working downstairs. I sit on my bed with my laptop open. It's fairly ancient, making a humming sound as it starts up. I was saving up to get a new one, but that plan never panned out. When the screen finally loads, I enter the Wi-Fi information that Natalie gave me the night before. The network is quick to connect, but the BookBook site takes ages to load up. My anxiety rises as I wait for something, anything to happen. I'm bombarded not by not one, but several notifications. I try to click on them, but the amount of things happening on the screen has caused my laptop to stop responding. I let out a groan and leaned back on my bed. I was never this popular back in the city. Why now? After a few moments, I check my laptop again, and I'm able to move the mouse to over the notifications menu. My stomach drops. 47 missed calls and messages from my father. So 47 missed calls on your computer, but not your phone. Developers. What? Oh boy. I should have expected it. It's not like I had tons of people lining up to be my friend. I hang out with people that I worked with, but once I got fired, they ceased all contact. Besides, why would anyone use book? I curl up onto my bed, clutching a pillow to my chest. I know I should call my father back, at the very least to assure him not to worry. However, the idea of him scrutinizing my employment situation is a worse fate than I would wish on anyone at the moment. I hear a banging noise coming from the stairway, probably Elliot working on the pipes. It helps to drown out some of my anxieties, though the reprieve is short-lived as my laptop dings again. Notification pops up, letting me know my father has written on my book wall. I can see you're online. I am, sir. You know, 'cause cell phones ain't a thing. When the video call invitation pops up, I can feel the bile rising in my throat. However, this feeling won't go away until I face it head on, so there's only one thing to do. I sit up on the bed and straighten out my hair and sweater before clicking the green button to answer the call. At first, I only see a name, but then the video fizzles in. A zoomed-in image of my father shows up. It's a little shaky, but after a moment the image sharpens.
Noel!
Ugh! His voice is booming, causing me to jolt. I clear my throat, hoping he doesn't notice. Dad, it's good to hear from you again. Good to hear from me? Ha! I should be calling you under different circumstances. Listen, I know you got my message. I'm here in Hawthorne, safe and sound with Natalie. Oh, I didn't just get your message. I got Cardiff's message too. Cardiff? Oh
No.
Shit, sorry. My old boss? Why would he try and contact my father? Even though my father got me a job at the company, I was under the impression the relationship was simply that of business owners in that same field of work. I didn't realize he talked outside of that realm.
I didn't raise you to be so irresponsible!
Okay. I expected from someone like Neve, but not you. You were the good kid. Dad, please listen to me for a minute. I wasn't trying to get fired. You leaked company information online. What the hell did you think was going to happen? You're lucky you aren't being sued. And you know why? Because I had to beg Cardiff to do me a favor. It wasn't anything but last year's sales figure, Dad. That should be public information anyway. Cardiff wanted to eye that. You can't lie to your consumer base about how well a product is doing and then filter out any criticism of the product. But it's clear that my father isn't listening to a word that I'm saying. You know that you can do that without risking your job? You're pretty fucking dumb. It's clear my father isn't listening to a word that I'm saying. Before I was fired, I submitted the year's sales figure to our marketing department. It was the first year that I worked on the data myself rather than assisting one of the senior employees. The marketing department was supposed to take the information and use it to help tailor future campaigns. However, my immediate supervisor told me that we're supposed to embellish the numbers in our report so that we don't lose any of our advertisers in future revenue. At first it was an honest mistake, but I refused to change the numbers. That was when I was fired for not having my ideals line up with company policy. You're fucking dumb. My father is blowing everything out of proportion. I'm pretty sure I can't even get sued for what I did. My reputation, however, is another story entirely, and that must hurt him even worse. As far as I knew, I was only ever a small cog in Cardiff's conglomerate machine. He's probably already easily replaced me.
You don't understand anything, Noel. You're just like your mother. You think the rules don't apply to you. You could just do whatever the hell you want.
You don't sound like a father at all. You sound just very robotic. Like, straight up, one of the companies that I used to work at, all the company ever did was trick the customers into buying shit they don't need, and leaving them without options but to either lose their businesses or pay 300% more every year, without any sort of heads up, notice, anything. And I was there for a year. And things were getting worse and worse for the customers. So the company was basically ripping people off. And the amount of profit by tricking them wasn't even being shared with the employees. Everything was going to the CEO. And after a year of that bullshit, I finally was contacted by another company and I managed to get the hell out of there. So there are ways for you to do your job, but still try to do the right thing. Like I, for instance, when customers got really upset over the company's practices, I never tried to sway them. If they decided to leave the company, good for them. I'm still gonna get my paycheck and the company will lose one customer. So for me, in that case, it's a win-win situation. If there's anyone I feel bad is for people that really have no, like they either lose their source of income by not paying a ridiculous amount of money suddenly, as I said, without warning, without notice, or you know, like you either pay or you lose your job. Sorry, you lose your company. That's basically what was happening. Ah, man, but like talking about the game here, like the script is so bad, so poor. Well, you're blacklisted now from working for any company like Cardiff's. So stupid. Exactly. I don't want to work in business anymore anyway. That's what's the plan now? You wasted 4 years on a business degree to go mooch off your sister? I can feel the tears stinging in my eyes as the man continues to berate me. Surely deep down there must be a reason for his actions. And now you're going to cry. A grown woman, Noelle. You really are a disappointment. Hang up. By now, I've heard enough. There's no getting through to the stubborn man. He always has to be right. Part of me wonders if my mother decided to travel the world to avoid the harsh expectations my father placed on the family. The man ends with a click, and I sign out of book before the man can call me back. I slam the laptop shut and fall backwards onto my bed, letting the tears fall from my eyes. None of this was supposed to be so hard. I was supposed to graduate college, find a job in a reputable company, make tons of money, and what else? Where does my personal life fall into that? Was I supposed to be content with not making any real friends or falling in love and having a family like my older sister? I sobbed harder, realizing I wasted so much time following my father's dreams when he never had decency to listen to mine. Loud footsteps fill the silence that my sobs canned. Somebody's coming up the stairs, though I don't have the energy to move, so I hold my pillow tighter to my chest. From the other side of the closed door, I hear a knock.
Noelle!
You in here? Crap, Elliot must be done by now. I quickly try my best to salvage the situation, clear my throat. Yeah, what's up? I've run into a problem. Can I come in for a minute? It will be easier to talk without the door blocking us. I try and dab my eyes with the back of my hand before calling out to him. Hopefully I just look like I was taking a nap and not crying. Sure, come in. Elliot opens the door slowly, peeking his head in to make sure that he isn't intruding. You know, it's good to see someone else in the guest room for a change. Are you serious? I look up at the man whose sleeves are now rolled up, a slight amount of black grease in his hands. Oh, usually it was me staying in this room, when there were long game nights or if we had drinks and I didn't want to go home the next day. Tyson and Natalie let me stay the night. Oh, so you were the one who didn't want to go home. They didn't invite you. Oh, okay. Okay, well, what a friend. He walks into the room and points to the stack of magazines on the coffee table. Huh, Nat didn't even throw out my old magazines. Oh, those sport ones are yours? Are you a big fan? I tried to ask anything to get my mind off my earlier conversation with my father. I wouldn't say huge, but I like to keep up on the really important sports stuff, so when my father calls, we have something to talk about. Otherwise, just blathering on about fixing broken pipes or cleaning out gutters drives my stepmom insane. Your father. My eyes flick over to Lactar and color rises up my cheeks, although it's unlikely Elliot would notice the blush given how red my cheeks and eyes are from crying.
Did you hear?
Hard not to. Wow. I flinch and Elliot quickly corrects himself. That's not what I meant. I was working under the stairs and the walls aren't as thick as you would think, so... No worries. Natalie's told me a little bit about how difficult your dad can be. I understand. Man. Anyway, you said something about a stepmom? Dude, I don't give a shit. This is so fucking... Ugh. Oh yeah, she always says that my father and I are married to our jobs, and I always tell her it's because we love what we do. Anyway, let not me bother you with all that. It's fine. I welcome the distraction. Let me just turn this up. Alright. In that case, while I was fixing the pipe downstairs, I came across an issue. What kind of issue? There was some erosion. I have to pick up a new piece to replace the faulty pipe. Oh, so how long will that be? An hour or so? I just need to head into town, get the piece from Jericho's Hardware, and then come back to install it. Good. Having a cold shower tonight would have been the icing on a terrible tasting cake. Understandable. Are you alright now? Yeah, just adjusting to my new life, I guess. I frowned, shooting a glance at my laptop. Moving to a new place is always hard, but you've got to take it a day at a time. Natalie felt the same way when she and Tyson decided to move back here. Oh, right. Natalie met Tyson in college and they dated online for a bit after they both graduated, right? I guess he must have grown up here. Yep, Tyson and I grew up together a few streets down. I was shocked he wanted to come back and take Natalie here instead of moving to a bigger city, but I was excited to have my best friend stay by my side. I'm glad he and Natty made that choice. Hawthorne feels a little more lively with Natalie and Zoe walking around. And you too, soon. Don't get your hopes up. Why? You planning on leaving already? Fuck yeah, I want to leave you, you fucking annoying motherfucker. I like his shirt though. I shake my head. I have nowhere to go. But? But what? Why shouldn't I get my hopes up? I shrug, my shoulders droop. Never mind. You're looking a little bummed. A little, yeah. Why don't you come into town with me? You should get out of the house for a while. I'll slow you down if I do. It won't take too long to complete. Besides, you might feel better about being here once you see what Hawthorne's got going on. There's a holiday market set up in the park. It runs all winter long. I could show you it. A holiday market? What's that? What the fuck do you think a holiday market is? Oh, you city folk don't have anything like this. Okay, bullshit. I live in Lisbon, capital of Portugal. I was born here. I lived all my life here. I'm 31 years old. There's markets, holiday markets, every fucking where. This is some really motherfucking bullshit. Every year, people set up little booths to sell their homemade goods. Yes! Whether it be delicious baked treats, yes! Or wooden statuettes, or clothes, or jewelry, or whatever the fuck you want. Like paintings, t-shirts, like everything. Wow, that sounds so cute. We definitely need to have something like that in the city. You suck! So, what do you say? You want to take a ride with me? I crack a smile. I guess you're in luck. My schedule is wide open right now. Great! Let me just pack up some of my things and we can head out. I smile at Elliot's retreating figure. Perhaps seeing this little holiday market will lift my spirits and remind me that I made the right decision and that it's my father who's wrong. Decision of what? You got fired. It wasn't your decision. Elliot's car, a dusty old pickup truck, handles the job of transport well enough despite the way it looks. We arrived at Town Plaza quickly, even at this early hour of the day. It's bustling with people, more people than yesterday at least. Deck the halls blares through the speakers that are set up on every other light post. Oh wow, is this an instrumental? One of the members of our community boarded this rendition of the song himself. I like it. I'm surprised we're not hearing some pop song on repeat. Of course, because everyone knows that in big cities, Christmas music never plays. Don't get me wrong, it's a good genre, however, we like a little variety in Hawthorne. The community board works hard to brainstorm the town's Christmas playlist so that we never get bored. So, are you like on the community board, since you know so much? I was last year, but this year I'm making the sets for the school play, so I decided to focus my energy on that. Oh, Zoe's really excited about that, she's the ghost of Christmas past. Fitting role for her. You think so? Oh yeah, Zoe loves to look back on what things used to be like when her father was around. She misses him a lot, I bet. Tyson knew he was sick for a while, but he didn't tell Zoe. For her, the change felt really sudden. It was hard for her to cope. I'm a 28-year-old man, and I was having a hard time dealing with it, even knowing Tyson was sick. But she'll be okay, she's a tough girl. You're 28? I wouldn't have guessed. How old do you think I was? 33? Or so, around Tyson's age?
Ouch.
You
I
think-
look that old? Here I thought I had a clean-shaven baby face.
You have a fuckboy face. No, I thought because you and he grew up together, you'd be around the same age. We were neighbors, but I'm younger. It was a nice dynamic, like having an older brother who actually wanted to hang out with me. Mine was a little too focused on the girls in town. Now he's married to a woman he met on the other side of the world. Funny how that looks. Sorry, that works. Anyway, yeah, I'm 28. Ah, I see. Well, how old do I look? No, Coffee Bean, I'm not falling for that one. Where's the trap? What? There's no trap. I got no dick. Never ask a woman her age. Or guess it, for that matter. Oh, hooray with the sexism! Whatever, I'm 29, older than you, so you know what that means. I've got to respect my elder. I shoot him a tiny finger gun, like this gun. I used to do when my older brother, Neve, would guess something correctly. Wait, Neve is a guy? I thought it was a girl. I stopped to look down at my hands, the movement feeling natural to me, but looking strange. I haven't done something like that in years.
Sorry.
That must have been so weird. Natty does the same thing sometimes. She teach it to you? Yeah, she used to do it all the time when she was little because I think she saw some cartoon bunny do it. Anyway, I copied her because I thought she was so cool. But don't tell her that. My lips are sealed. Then I got older and realized I couldn't use a finger gun on my boss. You could if your boss was cool. How do I get one of those? I'm sure you'll have an easier time finding one in Hawthorne. Right, you must have overheard that part of the conversation as well. I'm already feeling better with my earlier conversation with my dad. Elliot has a warm personality that makes me feel welcomed and not at all like a stranger in this town. The hardware store just over this way. I'll pick up the piece since it's on the way to the park, and then we'll take a quick peek. Sound good? Sounds great. Elliot and I walk into a large park not too far from the plaza. It's unsurprisingly festive, a fully decorated Christmas tree set up right in the middle of the area. Elliot pointed out as soon as we entered the park, noting my stare. The kids in Hawthorne Elementary decorated the ornaments for the trees this year. Oh wow, really? Getting a closer look at them, I noticed they're all made from starting wood and crafted into the shape of different holiday items. Some of the ornaments have names engraved into them. I made one for each kid in the school and then had some extras for staff and whoever else. You carved these ornaments for each and every single student with their names on it? Thank you for repeating himself. Yeah, I felt like it would be a nice surprise for them, but there must be a lot of students. Fewer than you would think. Anyway, I didn't mind. It was a great way to use wood scraps as well. Of course, in the middle of carving, I wish I had an apprentice working in my shop, but I'll still do it again without the help. I really enjoy seeing the smiles on the kids' faces and seeing this Christmas tree decorated ties the whole experience together.
Elliot?
That's really nice of you. Thank you. Two of us walk further into the park. There are different stalls set up, each one displaying their own Christmas merchandise. There's even an ornate throne set up near the Christmas tree with a man dressed as Santa Claus sitting on it. I know people set up for Christmas rather early, but it's only the second day of December. Santa and all his reindeer are here. Are people already taking holiday pictures? Like, no bullshit. As soon as Halloween ends, everything is Christmas. Everything in Portugal. It's fucking annoying. It's never too early to get into the holiday spirit. If you're shopping for gifts, I guess. No, Noelle, don't tell me. I look at Elliot who has his hands on his hips. I see his brows furrowed slightly. Like this. And I'm not so sure what to make of it.
What?
You're one of them. One of who? A Christmas capitalist. A what? I begin my thought, but Elliot's already shaking his head. I feel like I've done something wrong. I just don't know what. Christmas capitalists are people who think the holiday is only for buying and selling gifts. A big ploy for the government and businesses to make money. I mean, I don't think all of Christmas is like that. It's obviously a real holiday with a lot of sentimental meaning behind it. Yeah, for Christians as well! Don't finish that statement. Your name is literally Noel. My mother's part French, alright? Elle looks flabbergasted, as if he's about to fall over in a spot. Besides buying gifts and opening them, what do you normally do during the holiday season, Noel? I work. I work, and I prefer to spend the holiday season working. Sometimes I watch Christmas movies and TV specials. That's it? No baking gingerbread or setting up a tree in your home? The fuck is this guy on about?
I was always alone for the holidays, so I guess it felt like I didn't need to make a big deal for just me.
Like, I spent Christmas alone. Like, every year. It's fine. It's not a big deal, motherfucker. The frown. Promise me you'll try at least one new holiday activity. Having traditions is fun, and this time we have Natty and Zoe to try them with. You know, I reach up and grab the red bow pendant around my neck. Ned and I used to have a Christmas tradition when we were younger. Every year we'd stay up late to make Santa cookies and milk, but we couldn't bake. So Nala, our older sister, would go to the store and buy Oreos and icing. Yay, product placement. Sometimes it'd be chocolate chip cookies or donuts, but whatever it was, she always bought icing so we could decorate the cookies and show Santa that we cared enough to put in the extra effort. So he'd put them out and Santa would eat them. My brother and Eve would eat them and leave us a note he printed out from the computer so we couldn't recognize his handwriting. Nat caught on the day before we did, but she kept the charade going for me. The next morning, we'd all sit together, even my grumpy father, and open up gifts, though it wasn't Santa's that I looked forward to the most. It was gifts from my mother. They kind of showed me that she was around on the holidays even if she was a million miles away. Every year she travels to a different country and helps with food and gift drives. This time it's Germany. Though I say something that Elliot will no doubt be impressed with, my insides twist. My mother's always giving to those in need. She helps families create delicious dinners, provides them gifts for the kids to open, and gives her attention. Sounds wonderful, truly. In my mind, I know it really is a good thing. However, it was all at the expense of our holidays. Mom made sure we all had gifts to open, but I wanted so much more from her. I wanted to wake up and see her sitting at our dinner table, not the soup kitchen. I suppose that makes me a terrible person, putting my needs above those who don't have enough money to have a proper Christmas themselves. Elliot waves his hand in front of my face. Like this. Hey, you okay? Huh? You got this far off look in your eye. Yeah, 'cause you don't shut the fuck up and you're boring. Oh, it's nothing. I just miss her a lot. Mom still never comes around during Christmas time. She's busy helping other families. I guess thinking about her being away makes me a little sad. Sure, because you're not spending such a loving season with her. But hey, you have Natalie and Zoe. I nod my head with a conflicted smile. Like this? It's the necklace you're wearing from your mother. I noticed you grabbed it earlier. Yeah, one year in college I cried so hard that she was on one of her charity tours that I literally threw up. It was a rough year. Mom sent me this gift early to show me she was here with me even if we were far apart. I wear it all the time now as a reminder. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an idea. Why don't we check out some of the stalls, see if we can find a tradition for you to do with Natty and Zoe. Elliot shares a soft smile with me. It's enough to reassure me that my feelings are valid and he won't judge me for them. He holds his arm out to me, beckoning for me to join him with a small motion of his hand, and I walk up to Elliot and grin. Where are you I'm sorry, but I am not playing along with the romantic bullshit. I don't give a shit about this couple. Where are you taking me? You'll see. Alright, I'll follow you this time. I won't steer you in the wrong direction, don't worry. The first stall that Elliot and I visit is near the entrance of the park. An older woman is selling gingerbread cookies. They look delicious and my stomach growls as I realize how much time has passed. Hey, Miss Weber, I see you're out here selling those delicious cookies of yours again. Elliot, it's so good to see you again. How are you doing? The woman stands up from her black foldable chair and approaches the front of her stall. She and I lock eyes, and I smile the best I can at her. I'm doing well. I'm actually out picking up a part for a side job, but we got sidetracked. Elliot motions to me, and I wave. Wow, never thought I'd see you walking around with a woman, Elliot. Didn't think we had the time for it, for all the cock you suck all day. Elliot rubs the back of his neck, a blush forming on his cheeks. Miss Weber, please, this is Noel. Natalie's little sister. The woman giggles, placing a hand over her mouth. I'm sorry, I'm only teasing. It's nice to meet you, Noelle. Are you visiting for the holidays? I look at Elliot, who nods encouragingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy your time here. My name is Tanya, but Elliot calls me Miss Weber, even though I'm married and have taken my husband's last name years ago. I guess I'm always going to be his high school science teacher. Always. Wow, so the Hawthorne community really is tight-knit. I thought maybe Elliot was exaggerating. She's a city girl, Miss W. Elliot motions me with his head and I roll my eyes. The city's like a party you've been looking forward to all year, and Hawthorne is the warm cup of tea you drink after all the festivities are over. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I guess Hawthorne is refreshing after the bustle of the city. Here, Noelle, take this home for you and the girls. Tanya reaches behind the counter and hands me a box with 4 gingerbread cookies, each wearing a different outfit. Sorry about that. Let me just see. Yeah, each wearing a different outfit. Oh, it's like a little family. Thank you so much. Can we get one of your kids too? That one is on me. Elliot takes out his brown leather wallet from the front of his jean pockets. It's rather worn out, so I'm unable to make out the design on the front. Of course! What flavor? Classic gingerbread? Yeah. Elliot and Tanya finish their transaction, and she bids us a farewell, wishing me well in Hawthorne. As we walk away, Elliot hands me the bag containing a gingerbread cookie decorating kit. I let out a small gasp. This was for me? Yeah, it's a good way to continue the tradition you had with Natty when you were kids. Except now you guys can bake the cookies yourself. I can feel a tear welling up in the corner of my eye, and Elliot's kind gesture is so incredibly thoughtful. Thank you so much. And of course, you're family now. I am? Natty's adopted me into her little family. I hope you don't mind sharing. I haven't seen my sister in so long, it honestly feels like the other way around. I don't think Natty sees it that way. She's been so excited to have you come back, she's talked about it for weeks. Wait, really? I thought I might have been an inconvenience to her because I needed a place to stay so last minute.
You both need each other, I reckon. I think.
Reckon? Nothing, never mind, let's keep it moving, Coffee Bean. Really? It's just something my mother used to say a lot when she was still alive. Back when I lived in the countryside. It slips sometimes. Oh, so you're a country boy then? I reckon I am. He winks as he exaggerates his tone of voice.
Country boy.
He shoots me a playful glare before walking forward for me to follow him. The two of us spend a few hours perusing all of the holiday goods. A warm feeling fills my stomach thinking about how, for the first time in 6 years, I won't be celebrating Christmas alone. I still feel like I'm missing a part of myself as I lament that my mother can't be around to enjoy this with me. Elliot, however, is not a bad substitute, and we share a lot of laughs as we pass through the aisles of goods. Great! You're a substitute for my mother! Eventually, Elliot and I stop walking, having seen almost all the booths, all but one in the back with a long line forming. What's that? I point to the crowd of people and Elliot grins. That's a Secret Santa sign-up. Secret Santa? Oh, like you get someone's name and have to buy them a gift, right? Yep, but we do it a little bit differently here in Hawthorne. How so? Well, for one, the whole community participates. Everyone has to make their Secret Santa something from the heart. This way, money isn't standing in the way of exchanging gifts. Aw, that's so cute. You didn't even hear the best part. One person each year will receive some mistletoe along with their gift. If that happens, it means you'll get good luck in the new year. Wow, how many people are in Hawthorne? About 150 people participate. That's not much at all, actually. Yeah, city girl.
Hey!
Leave me alone! I hit his arm playfully and he feigns being bruised. Oh no, referee! Oh no! You've got a good arm, Noelle.
Thanks.
Great, now he's gonna ask for a hand job. He's from lifting stacks of paper all day long. I'll have to try that in my next workout. He grabs the spot I punched him, then motions to the line with his head. Let's sign you up. No way, I can't. Why not? I don't know anyone in town or what they'd like. Just met a lot of people at their booths. Besides, the thought it counts. Well, I want the people here to like me, not think I'm the worst gift giver in the world. I'm trying to leave a good impression. Plus, no one will know who I am, and I'm not any good with my hands. How could I possibly make? You're worrying too much. I can help you. Yeah, but it's a great way to get into holiday spirit and get to know your neighbors as well. With Elliot's excitement, I can't help but want to oblige. What would be the harm in trying at the very least? I mean, I guess I can sign up. That's the spirit. So, how does this work? You sign up now, and in about a week, names will be drawn and given out in the town plaza. It's a whole ceremony with all the info you need. A ceremony? I wish I was kidding. Though I groan outwardly, I'm feeling quite the opposite on the inside. Excitement fills me as I think about all the different holiday events I can participate in that I wouldn't have been able to back in the city. I spend a few more hours with Elliot before two of us decide to head back home and fix the hot water. About fucking time. Once we've got the part, it doesn't take Ellie long to fix the pipe in Natalie's home. However, because we spend a good part of the day walking around the park, it's pretty late in the evening when the job is complete. Elliot decides to stay over for dinner, mostly due to Natalie's insistence. He sits next to Zoe and across from me. A warm pizza pie sits in the center of the table. Who gets the first slice? Zoe leans across the table, eyeing both me and her mother, and Natalie puts her hand on my arm. An old Authorn tradition says that the person who eats first gets good luck the next morning. Wow, you guys have a lot of superstitions. First, the play exploding, then the mistletoe in Secret Santa. Oh, you know about that tradition? I took her to the holiday marketplace today since we had to go out and get a new piece to fix the cold water situation. So, did you sign up for the exchange, Noelle? I did, but I don't know what I'll come up with for a gift. I'm not super creative, and I don't know anyone in town. You can use my workshop for whatever you need. I can show you how to make those ornaments I made for Zoe's school. That's a good idea.
Thanks.
I appreciate that. And I can tell you what everyone likes if I know them. If you don't, Elliot probably does. I told him Elliot already. All bases covered. Speaking of bases, baby. He also bought us a gingerbread baking kit to use for Santa. We get to decorate gingerbread cookies. That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Just like when your mom and I were children. You remember making those fancy Oreos for Santa? That was so long ago. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's on one condition, though. You have to save me a cookie. Your sweet tooth is going to get you more cavities than gifts for Christmas. It's a risk I'm willing to take. We can save you 2 cookies. Thanks, Zoe. You've always got my back. I do, which is why you should vote for me to have the first slice of pizza. I need good luck for school. That's a good idea. I vote Zoe for sure. School is tough. Agreed, but Zoe, I'll be in the auditorium for most of the week if anything happens and you need to talk to someone. You're building the sets already? Yep, getting head start. You're going to be so cool, I can't wait. As Zoe talks, Natalie begins to serve the pizza first to Zoe, then to me and Elliot, lastly ending on her. So cheesy. She begins to dig into the pizza, immediately chomping down with big bites. Natalie does the same. Elliot, however, he picks up his knife and begins to cut his pizza slice into little squares.
Oh my gosh, Elliot, you're not cutting the pizza instead of folding it, are you?
Like, if I'm in a restaurant, I cut. If I'm at home with friends, then yeah, I hit with my hands. Ellie looks up at me and grins. I am. What about it? You can eat pizza like that, huh? I know. I tell him that all the time. Elliot rolls his eyes. City girls. I'm sorry, not everyone grew up in the countryside. This makes shit sense. Where in the country did you grow up? I asked before taking a bite of my pizza. It's extra gooey, the cheese coming off the crust like a long string. Lilac Valley, a few hours down south. My mother grew up on a farm even deeper in the country than me. Ah, it's the reckon thing. Yeah, I don't usually use words like reckon anymore, but when we lived in Lilac Valley, it was pretty easy to because everyone was doing it. But I came to Hawthorne when I was around Zoe's age. That's when I met Tyson, my new neighbor. Oh, I reckon I understand.
Coffee bean?
Keep joking around. You know why they call her that? No, I don't. What? Whose side are you on, Zoe? You know something about Elliot. It's only fair that you tell the story. Yeah. I'm listening. When I was in the 5th grade, one of my friends dared me to eat a coffee bean straight from the bag she had stolen from her mother's secret stash. Made a stupid comment about it couldn't taste bad because it was a bean. Oh no. Oh yes, I had to back up my big words, so I ate the bean. What did it taste like? Wood chips. It was so hard to chew too. Disgusting. Oh, it gets way worse. Yeah, I was pretending I was on a caffeine high because I wanted people to think I was cool. What does pretending you're on a caffeine high look like? Lots of running around, calling out in the classroom, and even some light vandalizing. Suffice to say my parents were called, and I was in so much trouble for even looking into caffeine. It was so funny because people who actually have a lot of caffeine in their system would never be as over the top as she was. Everyone knew she was blowing things way out of proportion. But anyway, Noelle's classmates call her Coffee Bean all the way up until high school. Honestly, I think it's pretty cute. You do? I tried to hold back the extent of my surprise. Coffee is his favorite thing on the planet, so of course he does. Actually, I was going to say the story sounds so innocent, but I do love some good coffee. You know me so well, Natty. It's nice that you know what the other likes and everything. They're bestest friends. Do you have someone like that, Auntie Coffee Bean? Is that my new nickname? The girl nods her head, taking more bites out of her pizza slice. Well, back in the city, I didn't really talk to anyone besides my coworkers. I guess I didn't really have a best friend. I frowned, recalling how all my coworkers dropped me so they wouldn't get blacklisted from Cardiff's company. Yeah, because you're a dumbass. That makes me sad. It's okay. I didn't really have too much time to hang out with friends. Now you do, though. I don't mind showing you what else Hawthorne has to offer, like my dick. Maybe you can make some more friends with my dick. That would be nice, yeah. I plan on getting a new job, preferably sooner than later. I don't like having too much free time. Nonsense. You just left your job. You need some time to relax and adjust to your new home. No, she needs to find a job, Natalie. I have to contribute somehow. Not yet, you don't. You can't have time to explore what you want to do before jumping into another job. Feels strange not working. Like, what am I going to do? Stay home all day? Dude, are you rich? Explore. Have fun. I want to do something meaningful. Well, if you really want to keep busy, you can volunteer at the school and help me with the sets. I'd get them done a lot faster if I had a helper. I already told you I'm not good with my hands. How much help can I be? Even if you're just passing me things, it's helpful. Then you can pick me up on some days and bring me home from school. I like that idea. I guess I can try it. Great, I'll talk to principal tomorrow when I see her and make sure she knows that I'm bringing in an assistant.
Thanks.
Elliot nods, taking one of the square pizza slices with his fork and putting it into his mouth. I roll my eyes at the display, but he seems to find it also amusing. Dinner is otherwise uneventful, and Elliot returns home after helping us clean up. Of course, because that was the most eventful dinner ever. Zoe runs off to bed with a little protest, perhaps that you're having a guest over for dinner to spice up the evening. I settle back into my room for some peace and quiet. Today was a long day, but I'm beginning to feel at least a little bit more comfortable with how my future could turn out in Hawthorne. Yo, it skipped! A few uneventful days have gone by. Today I don't have anything exciting planned. However, Elliot is going to be stopping by to talk about me volunteering with him at Zoe's school. I'm starting to question if it was a really good idea or not. I don't know how much good I'll be able to do. I lay on my bed with a magazine sitting comfortably on my chest. Women's sports or something. I don't know. I grabbed the first thing that I saw sitting in one of the now empty drawers. Elliot says that these were his. Why was he reading this magazine with a scantily clad woman, very clearly not playing sports at all? Fuck, I wonder why. I put the magazine to the side and sit up. My wardrobe needs a bit of an enhancement, or rather a downgrade. Natalie lent me some of her outfits because mine are too formal for the town plaza, holiday market, and volunteer work. I'm excited to be able to wear puffy jackets and oversized sweaters again instead of dress shirts and elaborate accessories. Natalie lent me some of her outfits. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I put on one of my new outfits and head downstairs to meet Elliot. The halls are quiet with Natalie at work and Zoe at school, so I'm glad that someone will be coming to visit. When I head downstairs, it doesn't take long for the doorbell to ring. Elliot is here right on time.
Good morning.
Noel? Great. Is that the only outfit you have? Elliot greets me with a large grin. He holds up a bag in his right hand and shakes it, the plastic rustling in the wind. What do you have there? Oh, this? Yeah, that.
Only the best donuts you'll ever have in your whole life.
I raise a brow at that statement. What, you don't believe me? First, the cocoa is the best in Hawthorne, and now the donuts, I'm starting to think you're biased. I'm not biased. I'm telling you the absolute truth. Take a bite from the cinnamon sugar donut and tell me you hate it. You won't be able to.
Country boy.
Country boy. City girl. But I'm not going to be sharing these donuts with you if you keep that attitude up. I catch a twinkle in his eyes as he speaks. How can I judge if they're the best in Hawthorne has to offer if you don't let me try them? You got me there. Two of us share a laugh. Ha 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 ha. Here, come in. I step to the side and let Elliot enter Natalie's home. As he gets settled, I brew some coffee for the two of us. Elliot puts the donut bag on the table and pulls out a perfectly wrapped box. Can help but peer over his shoulder to get a better look at the ornate gold wrapping and elegant red bow. You'd think I was looking at perfume set instead of a box of donuts. These are donuts, right? Yeah, the packaging is pretty, isn't it? He moves to the side so I can get a better look at the cardboard box shielding our delicious treats. My hand reached out and hesitated for a moment. It feels almost like a sin to open it. Gosh, the packaging is so nice. If we don't open it, we can get the delicious treasures inside. That is true, sir. Sir? That's a first. No one calls me that. Oh, it's something I picked up from my co-workers. We used to use it as a joke since it felt like we were saying yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, all day. If you don't mind me asking, what did you do for your last job? I was an idiot. I was a business manager by title, but basically all I really did was make sure all the departments were working together with good synergy. So you were responsible for all the moving parts working together?
Yeah.
Guess you could say that. Wasn't all it's cracked out to be, though. Left little room for error. One wrong move and the whole operation falls out of sync. That's a lot of pressure. Yeah, I was good at the job until the new investors came in. My bolster is off as I remember my conversation with my father only a few days ago. Never mind all that, it's in the past, let's try the present. Like these donuts. Want to do the honors? I let slice the box my way, and I place my right index finger on the red bow, a smile gracing my lips.
This box looks like it was wrapped with a kiss.
You just did not say that. What? Something my mother used to always say when she sent us gifts, wrapped with all her love and kisses. That's really sweet. I nod my head, reaching out to touch the necklace. Enough of me being a negative Nancy. You didn't come here to see me sulk. I don't mind. I understand how you're feeling. You do?
Yeah.
The other day I told you I live in the countryside before moving here to Hawthorne. We moved because my mother passed away and my father was trying to get a blank start. Maybe to make the pain go away? He looks conflicted as he says this. Anyway, he took all this money and bought a small house here and opened a carpenter business. He leans across the table slightly, his forearm pushing into the marble as he positions himself to look at me. I see a mischievous glint in his eyes. Guess what my father called the family business? The Carpenters, after a last name. No way your last name is really Carpenter. What are the chances? I promise you, it is. Oh my god. I'm even gonna lower my chair. The script is so bad, it even leaves me uncomfortable in my own chair. I don't feel like laughing. I really don't feel like laughing. I feel... This is fucking terrible. This is definitely not my cup of romance. Ha! I'm the champion of being serious. Nothing can crack me. Ha ha ha. Not even the fact that Ellie's last name is Carpenter. It is a carpenter that works for a company called the Carpenters. Get it? So, thank you for giving me a choice that's not really a choice. Right? Laugh it up, Christmas kid.
Hey!
Noel, 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 Noel. You cringe inwardly. Bitch, I've been cringing since the start. Do you know how many times I've heard this routine in my lifetime? Same with the carpenter thing. I hold my hand out for him to shake it. Alright, truce. He takes my hand and shakes it. Truce. Alright, enough of that. Let's open this bad boy up and have a donut before they get cold. Cold? You mean they're warm? Yes. How else are you supposed to eat donuts? These are freshly baked. Nothing like the donuts from the chain restaurants they stay on the shelf all day until they get
Definitely
stale.
nothing like that. These are made with love and wrapped.
He looks at me for dramatic effect.
With a kiss. A warm, sugary cinnamon kiss.
Sounds so yummy. Tear the paper open ravenously. I just can't wait anymore. I want those donuts. I don't give a shit about your fucking vibe. Alright, easy there, Tiger. That's one way to open some wrapping. How do you open wrappings, Elliot? Please don't tell me you do it slowly and wrapping every corner piece by piece. That's how you should do it. Got to keep the paper intact, especially the gorgeous ones like this. Points to gold paper that's now sitting on the floor. I feel sort of bad for ripping it open like that. I don't. Fuck that. Elliot and I almost devoured the entire box of donuts ourselves. He's absolutely right. These things are delicious, but I have a heart evidently and decide to save some donuts for Zoe and Nat. Like, real life, I try my hardest and fail at keeping like the wraps tight, like, you know, not ripping and tearing anything, but I always fail, but I do give my hardest in not doing that. When we're done with our snack, the two of us wipe our hands and take a seat at the dining table not too far from the counter we were sitting at before. So, let's talk about the school. That's why I buzzed you to begin with. Buzzed? Yeah, buzzed. What's wrong with that? Nothing at all, Grandpa. Remember, you're older than me. Not by much. Just because I don't know what the cool kids are saying doesn't make me an old man. Kinda does. Anyway, moving on. Right, school. The principal is fine with you helping me out, if you still want to. That is, don't feel pressured into anything. I don't have anything better to do with my time, but I really won't be much help. What do you mean? Making different parts of a project work together is your thing, right? Just what I need. I guess. I see you're not convinced, but I'll come pick you up whenever I go in to work on the sets, or we can take them back to my workshop. So, first he says, no pressure, and then he goes, you're not convinced, but I'll come anyway. Gee, thanks. That's so considerate of you. I'll do all the heavy lifting, but you can help me with ideas and some other things. Like, you know, the other things. Has to do with wood work. What do you say? I'll give it a try. So he's excited about the opportunity more than I am. She won't stop talking about it. You're the cool aunt now. How does he feel? Actually, kind of good. I missed having my family around, and I'm adjusting to living with others, but it's making me really happy. That's good to hear. He frowns. Yes? That's probably a client. I should be on my way out.
Thanks.
No problem. See you in a few days. I look forward to it. Me too. The two of us say our goodbyes, the nervousness only settling in when Elliot shuts the front door. I text Natalie, letting her know that I've decided to help with Zoe's school play, but stop when I see the phone buzz with a call from an unknown number. I frown at the private number. Who's calling at this time? I decide to let the stranger number go to voicemail. If it's important, to leave a message. I place the phone down onto the kitchen table, but it never seems to stop vibrating. Phone ringer turns to a flurry of notification sounds. When I check my phone again, I see a concerning message sent several times from the new number. Answer. It's Dad. But why is he calling me on a new number? He must know I'm not going to answer it otherwise. Hesitant, I answer the phone, my palms sweating. Hello?
It's about time you answered.
What is it that you want, Dad? I want to see how you were doing after our prior conversation. I'm doing great here with Natalie and Zoe. You can stop worrying about me. You're my daughter. I'm never going to stop worrying about you. It all sounds so nice, like we're the picture-perfect daughter and daughter duo. However, I shake my head, letting my long hair whip my cheeks. I know that there is something venomous hidden beneath the surface, but I don't yet know what he wants. Last we spoke, he seemed very unhappy about my decision to completely give up on the business world. Thanks, I guess. A silence falls between us, and I don't know what to tell the man on the other side of the phone. A man I haven't seen in years. I might not have made the effort to see him, but he hadn't either. Your mother isn't going to be coming home for Christmas. He says this suddenly, breaking the silence. I straighten up, holding the phone close to my face if that's going to change what he's saying. How is this any different than every other year? She never comes home because she passed away. Neither do you kids. You leave your poor old father alone every year. You're the one who pushed me to go to the city and take that ridiculous job offer. You're the one who encouraged me to work. So it's all my fault then? I didn't raise you well enough or give you a warm place to stay, a push in the right direction, a recommendation to Mr. Cartier for that life-changing opportunity? This very conversation has happened between the two of us multiple times over. I speak, he refuses to listen, and then he twists my words. It's always a losing battle. I don't know why I bothered trying to defend myself. Is this all you called for? Because I have to go. Go do what, Noelle? You've got no job, and you're living in under your older sister's house. Do you expect her to support you and her daughter? I can feel the tears sting my eyes. Come back to the city. Cartier has agreed to remove your name from your blacklist. You won't be able to work with bigger companies, but you can go to a no-name brand and work your way back up. Your career is still salvageable. I don't want their career. I never wanted it. I'll find something out here. I won't be a burden to Nat.
No, only a burden to me.
Take a look around you, Dad. All of your kids and even your wife is gone. Maybe you aren't the ones in the wrong. With that, I hang up, tossing my phone onto the table. The tears are still falling down my eyes. I fight to steady my breathing. I can't let him get to me. I decide to head outside for a breath of fresh air. I walk forward, my feet dragging me in a familiar direction. The park is a refreshing sight with people walking around and chatting. According to the signs, this marketplace will be up all month long. Maybe I can come here with Zoe and Natalie. I take a seat on one of the vacant benches and look out into the crowd of people. My eye catches a parent and child, the young girl riding on her father's shoulders, both wearing smiles. My father and I used to have such a relationship, but now that I'm older, everything is strained. My father has put an healthy amount of expectations on my shoulders, and yet, despite all the anger that's boiling inside me, I still don't hate him. My heart weeps and longs for the times we shared when we were both younger. That was when there wasn't talk of how much money I earn, how important my job is, or how much of a burden I am. I kick my feet up, remembering the time I fell down on the pavement after running too excitedly to see my mother on one of her return trips. I skidded my knee across the ground and got a big cut. I cried so hard, but my father knelt down by my side and held me in his arms, rocking me until I calmed down. He cares. I know he does. My thoughts are interrupted by my phone's loud ringing. I contemplate ignoring it, but I don't think it's my father calling back when he knows I'm so angry. I take the device from my pocket and look at the caller ID. Natalie? Natalie does usually call me when she's on her way home from work or from picking up Zoe. It's too early for that. I answer almost immediately. Hello?
Hey, Noelle.
Where are you right now? I'm at the park. Why? I just got home. I see donuts on the table, but not you. Are you with Elliot? No, we left about an hour ago. Why are you home so early? Dad called, so I left work to sort everything out. Oh my gosh, you two. Why won't you leave me alone? I think he's genuinely worried. What did he say? Well, that's what I want to talk to you about in person. I guess I'll come home soon then. A pit of dread fills my stomach. I don't want to go back. Not yet. No, stay out there. I'll come to you. I think I could use a change of scenery, and I haven't visited the holiday market yet. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. Wait for me. Aye, Captain.
Love you.
The phone hangs up with a click, and I pull my jacket around myself, trying to keep the warmth close to my chest. Natalie comes to the park with her purse hanging around her right arm. I watch it and it bobbing back and forth when she approaches. So, script mentions a bag. Where is it? Nowhere. You're here. Yeah, sorry I'm late. I texted Elliot to pick up Zoe, just in case we run over time. Oh no, you have a lot to say, don't you? She takes a seat next to me on the bench. Maybe, but you may have a lot to say as well. Dad certainly did. You know, he's very hurt by what you did. What did I do? I know what he's angry about, but I want to know if he told Natalie the truth or not. She shakes her head with a frown, eyes downcast on her lap. You left your job in the city to come move here with me because you were let go when the company resized, right? Right. So then why does Dad say you were fired? The charade is up. I don't have the heart to try and hide anymore. Because I was fired. I frown, turning my head to the side to avoid eye contact with her. Okay, but hold on. If the company is resizing and you are left without a job, that still counts as being fired. So I really don't understand the script once again. So you lied to me. I didn't want to hear a lecture about how I lost a great opportunity. I wanted you to think that I had no other choice but to leave.
I would support you in any decision that you make, Noelle.
Yeah, well, sometimes I get scared. It seems like I'm only ever praised when I'm excelling in avenues I hate. I don't feel like me anymore. It's like I was just in a hollow shell, going to work every day, going through the motions because I had to. I waved my own phone with chilly hair. Dad called me last week on Book. We talked about me being fired, and now I made him look bad to Mr. Katif. But he won't let me explain why I got fired. I didn't even do anything wrong. You did! That's the thing! You were dumb! I was literally just doing my job the right way, but by doing so, it exposed some shady people and bad business numbers. That's why you do your job as they want, and according to your consciousness, you become an anonymous whistleblower or you just send CVs to other companies. That's it. Dad doesn't care though. He just cares that I'm now blacklisted from all these big companies, blah blah blah. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Dad was always so stubborn. He never really let us pick the life we wanted for ourselves, did he? No, he didn't, which is why I was hesitant when he called again today. Did you answer? Against my better judgment, yeah. He told me that he was disappointed in me, but he had an amazing opportunity for me to get my foot back in the door in the corporate world. But you don't want that. Not at all. I don't want to go back to the city, but I also know that I can't stay here forever. Sure you can, if you want to. No, I can't. You'll be burdening you. I don't have a job to pull my weight. A frown sits atop my face, a disgusting feeling taking over my body as I recall my father's earlier works. Are you kidding me? You just got here, or are you worrying about the job already? I want you to enjoy the holidays. Food isn't cheap, and you're paying for more things based on me. Wait. Because of me, sorry. I used to have 3 people living in my house, Noel. Yes! Thank you! 2 incomes, probably. Is that what's really bothering you? That I'll have to buy you food sometimes? Well, that said, my voice trails off because she can already guess. It's the same tired speech he's been reciting for years about my older sister Nala and her dependence on her husband's salary. Dad doesn't own any finances. I'll do whatever I please. I don't think you're a burden. You're helping me out in more ways than you can imagine. Yeah, like, you are, entertaining the creep friendo. Really? Of course, it's so nice having someone else to talk to. And Zoe seems to feel the same way. That's worth more than some rent, you know. Oh, so the house isn't even hers, it's rent. Wow, perfect. Well, I still want to make some money and pull my own weight. I'm going to get a job here. Yeah, you fucking should! When the holidays are over, you haven't really gotten a chance to celebrate like we used to when we were younger, and I think Zoe could use the company as well. Fine, but after, I'm totally going to get a job. So long as you enjoy it. Oh, perfect! If you don't enjoy working, wow, why bother? Dude, fuck this shit, like this Natalie girl is a sugar sister. She takes hold of my gloved hand and squeezes it. I've really missed being with Natalie. Our struggles have grown with us. However, when we're together, the insurmountable expectations feel beatable. We still have some time before Zoe gets out of school. You thinking what I'm thinking? What are you thinking? Let's go check out some of these holiday market stalls. I haven't had the chance yet. Okay. Oh, let me show you some of the stalls I visited with Elliot. You two seem to be getting on well. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was afraid that maybe I wouldn't make any friends here. It would be like living in the city all over again. You didn't have friends there? At all? I'd get drinks with coworkers sometimes, but never anything more. Not like texting about our personal lives or anything. Hanging out with Elliot is refreshing. There's someone to talk to about things other than work. That's good. Soon you'll be a regular member of the Hawthorne community. But just so you know, I see a mischievous glint in her eyes. Elliot is single. It's been on the market for a while too, so I imagine he'd be open to dating a nice girl. Wow, I'll let you know if I meet any nice girls. My sister playfully punches my arm as we begin to walk around, and I giggle. You know what I meant? Sorry, I don't know why I said meant. Wouldn't it be nice to have someone special enter your life? I pled the 5th. You know, I don't remember you ever bringing anyone home in high school or college. Your love life has been below the radar. Even back then, I was never really interested in dating anyone. Truth is, I never allowed myself to have a social life in fear that I'd interfere with the road to my future career. I never met anyone I'd consider it a romantic light, though there was a coworker back in the city who had been interested in me. Unfortunately, I never found out truth until he was transferred to another company branch a few cities away. I wouldn't have known if not for a coworker bringing it up on one of our drinking nights. But even if I had found out sooner, I don't think the button-up businessman was right for me. Well, if you ever decide family life is for you, Ellie would make a great partner. No thanks. Huh? Shutting that down right now, push no further. I'm just saying, nope. I'll place my hands over my ears like a child and make noise to drown out their words. You're a jerk, you know that? Fine, I won't play matchmaking anymore. I poke her my lips to blow a kiss and she rolls her eyes. Really? You left me speechless, Nat. I don't know what to say. Hey, keep an open mind. Yeah, whatever. The two of us spend some time walking around the holiday market before stopping at Peter's Grill to bring home burgers for dinner. When we arrive home, both Elliot and Zoe are splayed out on the couch playing video games. You're literally dog-watered, kid. So what does that even mean? And he can't hear you. Elliot is bad. We can beat him with our eyes closed. What did we walk into? Natalie places her purse down and stands in the entryway of the living room. Zoe's eyes don't leave the screen, though Elliot shifts his focus to us almost immediately. The controller hangs limp in his grasp. Welcome back, ladies. Are you guys playing that shooting game again? It's Legend X Games Battle Royale game, Mom. Duh. Duh, Natty, come on, get with the times. Elliot winks at me when we lock eyes. I get the feeling he doesn't know what games he's playing with Zoe. Elliot is terribly at it. Noel, you sub in. Hey, you can't just replace me. I'm a valued member of this team. I can, and I did. Pass her the controller, buddy. Wow, ouch. Tough growl tonight. Fine, Noel, it's all up to you. Elliot puts his head down, and hands me the controller, as if he's passing off an old family heirloom that he lost in a duel.
What?
What's going on? I furrow my brow at the two. Elliot raises his head with a big grin and laughs. Oh, I'm passing the torch to you. You've got to help Zoe win. Absolutely not. I haven't played a video game that wasn't on my phone in years. Sounds like a lot of excuses, Noelle. You only have to shoot the bad guys.
No.
Shut that down, young lady. Have you finished your homework? Natalie saves the day with her motherly scolding, and I let out a sigh of relief that I won't have to take over Elliot's spot as Zoe's gaming partner. But Mom, you played enough for today. It's dinner time now. Will you be staying with us, Elliot? The man shakes his head with a frown, his carefree demeanor failing. Not today, unfortunately. I've got to prepare some things for tomorrow. It's Noelle's first day volunteering.
Aww,
Look at you.
cute.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, Jesus, it's like, seriously, this is... I'm not fucking with this, basically. Like, ugh, so bad. I want Noelle to have some structure on her first day. You don't have to go through any trouble for my sake. Elliot waves my words away. Nonsense, you're helping me. Of course I'm going to make sure you know what to do. So, on that note, he dusts off his pants. See? He grabs his coat from the couch behind him. I'll pick you up tomorrow morning for our first day of volunteer work, Noelle. Make sure you get a good night's rest because we got a lot to do. I'm looking forward to it. Apprehension fills my gut the more I think about working on sets for a school play. I've never done anything like it. I don't know where to begin. I'm looking forward to finally having an apprentice. She'll work hard for you, Elliot. Totally. I'm convinced that she will. I'll see you ladies another time.
Ellie!
Bye, Elle. See ya. I like that. See ya. Once Ellie leaves, it's an eventful night as me, Nat, and Zoe eat our takeout food. We end up heading to bed early for the night with our full stomachs. When the light shines into my room, I am definitely not looking forward to volunteering. Not one bit. Sleeping in was so nice. It's not as early as when I take Zoe to school, but I still don't want to leave my warm bed. I pull the plush comforter over my body and snuggle it closer to my chest. Natalie has already gone to work, and Zoe is at school. What's stopping me from staying in bed all day, not going to volunteer? Oh, right, Elliot is coming to pick me up, so I have no excuse. After a few moments, I force myself out of bed. Thankfully, I thought ahead and had my outfit laid out the night before, so I'm able to get dressed rather quickly. I've got no phone calls from my father since the loss, and I'm a little apprehensive about it. I don't know whether I got my point across or if I heard him and prevented us from speaking anymore. That's a thought that will linger in the back of my mind as I try to get any semblance of work done. I want to apologize to my father, but not before he apologizes to me first. It's this idea that keeps me in limbo, waiting for something that may never come. My feet drag across the cold wooden floor. The bright sunlight shining in my room is the complete opposite of the city's artificial streetlights. Yeah, streetlights in the morning. Of course! Back then, my wake-up call was my alarm and my neighbor yelling at the cat who liked to sleep on the porch of the apartment building. I smiled to myself. I think that smokehouse, the cat aptly named after the steakhouse a few streets away, is one thing I'll miss about the city. I hope he's doing alright and getting plenty of belly scratches. Belly scratches on a cat. Do you want to die? I pick up my shirt, another one of Natalie's, and dress before Elliot's arrival. Sally, there aren't any more of the donuts Elliot brought over the other day. Instead, I settle for bacon, eggs, and cheese on a roll. It doesn't taste as good as the one I usually order from the bodega at the corner of my apartment, but it satisfies my hunger. When I'm done eating, I sit down and scroll through the book app to see if my mother had posted anything new from her trip, but there's nothing from her. However, Neve has posted some pictures from a friend's house in some small town. There's one picture of his that catches my eye, him kissing another man on the cheek. I didn't even know Neve was gay, let alone seeing someone. I frown as a nasty feeling bubbles up inside of me. Jealousy? Guilt? Regret? Rejection? I don't know. Still, I leave a kissing emoji on the bottom of the picture to let Leaf know I'm keeping up with his updates. Leaf has a heart reaction to it almost immediately, but doesn't write anything back. Nala, on the other hand, poses like a model in each and every one of her vacation selfies. She is sparring no expenses holiday season as she takes pictures on a yacht, her yoga instructor husband with his arm around her in each one. I don't bother commenting on her pictures and instead leave a like to see if she notices. But unlike with Neve, she doesn't react immediately, so I place my phone down onto the table. Perhaps I should take a picture to upload on my page. My siblings can see what I'm doing. They'd probably be shocked that I'm enjoying myself in Hawthorne, although I always said city life was for me. My opinion turned on a dime. The knock on the door breaks me from my thoughts, and I place my phone down onto the counter. Coming! I call out, taking my time to get to the front door. When I pull it open to reveal the smiling face of my new friend, I feel a newfound comfort wash over me.
Good morning.
See? This motherfucker has no other outfits. Hello there, country boy. How are you in this fine morning? Elliot shakes a coffee cup in his hand, peppermint, just like our first meeting, and his grin grows wider. Got my coffee, so I'm doing great. How about you? Ready for today? I'm a little nervous, actually. There's no need to be. I'll walk you through every step of the way. I apologize in advance if I mess up or anything. Sometimes I can make big mistakes. I think about how I was fired from my last job. A mistake I hadn't been corrupt enough to notice slipped through my gaze. Ha, don't we all? I'm fine with mistakes, so long as you learn from them and try to improve upon your work. Remember that at the end of the day, we're doing this for the children and their families. Right, of course. Ready to head out?
Thanks.
For offering to drive me, by the way. Oh, of course, you really helped me out, so it's the least I can do. The two of us head outside to Elliot's pickup truck where we get ready to leave. Zoe's school is rather small compared to the one I attended when I was her age. The auditorium also doubles as a gym, however it doesn't look like any of the equipment has been used in a while. There are stacks of wooden planks, large gallons of paint, and even some measuring tape lying around the ground. Welcome to my workstation. Well, part of it. I do the fancy cutting work at home, but I don't want to bring any power tools to school. Because I don't want to bring any power tools to school, even if the auditorium's off limits for a bit. Oh, that's smart. Elliot beckons for me to join him as he maneuvers past his mess of tools. So, the play the kids are doing is the classic A Christmas Carol with old Ebenezer Scrooge. That means we'll be working on a few different scenes throughout the play, including the city, Scrooge's house, and scenes from both his past and future. Sounds like there's a lot of set pieces. Yeah. A lot of little buildings and some furniture. I've been doing this thing scene by scene, and the other day I saved out and sanded the town buildings. We've only got to paint them now. That can be your project today. Paint? You want me to paint something? Yeah. You won't have to do anything artistic. I've already outlined everything. You just need to paint the inside the lines. Plus, I got sketches you can reference as well. I haven't painted in years. It's nothing inherently tough. You'll be fine. If you say so. But I'm not thoroughly convinced. Only way to find out, right? Elliot walks to the far left corner of the room where a few set pieces are leaned against the wall. He returns to the wooden house and sets it on the floor. I carefully take a seat. Elliot hands me a few bottles of acrylic paint, each with the lid lifted as if someone was already painting. Then, he gathers some brushes, paper plates, and his plans for the building in question. Here, take a look at this. I take the paper in my hand and analyze it. There are 4 perfectly sketched buildings next to each other. Each one has their own design with varying detail. The set piece we're working on now is supposed to have a black door with a green wreath, a red roof and brown paneling. This is really good. You draw a lot? I only sketch for my designs. Whoa, this reminds me of something. I hold the sketch up towards the light to get a better look. There are buildings spread apart on a crowded street with threads, garlands, and other festive decorations on each floor. Looking at it fills me with nostalgia. Really? Yeah, my dad has these old playing cards and Eve and I used to play with all the time. Half the time we weren't even playing real games, but we loved having the deck with us. Anyway, designs were kind of vintage, like Christmas cards. So you're saying my art looks old? I said vintage, not old. Vintage implies old. No. Though I feel my face heating up from this teasing. I'm only kidding. It's a great compliment. I'll take it. I used to draw so much, I even almost went to design school. It was supposed to be my thing after college. What happened? Life. That's it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry for asking. Ellis replies sharper than his usual tone, and he must have noticed my crestfallen expression as he immediately softens. Sorry, I'd rather not talk about that right now. I didn't mean to bring up something personal. It's fine, you didn't know. Normally he's a pretty open person, but for some reason he's tight-lipped about this. I said drop the topic for now. Well, do you miss drawing? I wish I could do it more often, but usually I only revisit when I'm making set designs for ornaments. That's not the same thing as drawing for fun. You should make more time to do things you enjoy.
Noelle!
I'm happy with where I am now, promise. What about you? What about me? What did you want to do before the whole business manager thing? It's a really good question, but I can't remember a hobby I loved enough to pursue a career. Perhaps because it was never an option. My father was very clear about what he wanted for my future, and I simply went along with it. I always wanted to be a business manager. My voice drills off, and I shake my head. No, I always wanted to please my father. I was so busy studying and trying to get good grades that I never really explored anything else. No art, no cooking, no music. I glanced down at the wooden house that Elliot has a cutout. It looks really good, like something I would see outside of a Christmas shop, and it isn't even painted yet. Never too late to find out about what you love. I won't know where to start. We could do a bunch of things together in town and discover what you like. Painting, for example. Elliot takes a big brush from the pile he brought over and squirts dark brown paint onto a plate. He dips his brush into it and then runs it down an empty spot on the wooden plank before offering the brush. You try. Okay. I take the brush from his hand and copy him. I slide the brush down the wood, but Elliot's perfectly smooth line is a stark contrast from my crooked line that's two different shades of brown. What did I do wrong? I thought I copied you exactly. You grabbed too much paint and didn't spread it evenly on the brush. Elliot reaches out for my hand but stops, hovering in the air for a moment. May I? Huh? Use his free hand to point to my own, still gripping the paintbrush. I can show you how much pressure you use on a brush if you don't mind. He gets flustered as he says this, his face lighting up a pale pink. It's kinda cute. Oh sure, that would be helpful. Though I know the sensation is coming, I nearly gasp when I feel Alice's warm hand wrap around my own. His hand is rough and callous, I realize, which makes sense with the manual labor in his workshop. Elliot's grip is gentle, as if he's reluctant to touch me, but the warmth radiating from it is a reminder that this is indeed happening. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Upon realizing that he won't be able to demonstrate anything with his light grip, he slowly tightens his grasp on my hand. Two of us sit silently, neither making a movement, until finally Elliot clears his throat. Yeah, so if you do this, he guides my hand down in the flow of fluid movement. The glob of paint from before is now blended into the wood. How do I know how much paint to use? It's painting, not rocket science. Rocket science to me, how do I keep my lines straight? I eyeball it, but that comes with a lot of trial and error. So I'm doomed until I practice? I did all the practicing, so ask me for any help you need. Elliot, as if suddenly remembered that he's holding my hand, drops it and clears his throat yet again. He's acting very strange. Work on another set piece so we can get things done faster. Okay, sounds good, but mine, don't say yours is going to look any good. Well, it's true. We haven't even finished the job. I still stand by my skill level. You might be a modern-day Picasso, who knows? I highly doubt it. Elliot chuckles and begins work on his own set piece. Keeping his advice in mind, I pay close attention to each of my paint strokes, determined to not ruin Elliot's beautiful work with amateur painting skills. The two of us work like this for a few hours before a loud rambling interrupts us both. I place a hand on my stomach and grin sheepishly, pretending I didn't hear that.
Coffee bean?
You hungry? Perhaps. I push my bangs behind my ear, looking down at my plank of wood. Ooh, get it? The colors are all in the right places, but I think this thing could benefit from Elliot smoothing all the paint out and fixing the shaky lines. I inwardly groan when I see the stack of other set pieces leaned against the far right wall. Will I have to paint all of those? The thought makes me want to crawl into bed. Huh, we did plenty of work today, so we can end early. What? Really? You feel like we barely did anything. What do you mean? We finished the whole building. That's great progress. It is? I didn't realize. Yeah, but your stomach was growling, and we won't get much done on an empty stomach. Plus, I saw you working hard today. Thanks. I didn't do much, but you're welcome. Let's reward ourselves with some food at the plaza. I know just the place. Is it Peter's Grill? That's the only place I know. No, waffles. Waffles? For lunch? Listen, city girl, I know you're skeptical, but let's give it a try. Could upgrade it to chicken and waffles too. The possibilities are endless. What do you say? Do you want to try it? Ugh. Alright, why not? Try new things. I love it. Elliot and I pack our paintbrushes and get ready to leave for our lunch break. Upon entering the plaza, an airy sensation runs over my body. I feel like a feather dancing in the wind as I lay eyes on the ground of people walking about, laughing and chatting. None of them have arms full of shopping bags like back in the city. Everyone looks so happy and calm around here, not shoving to get into a store for a sale or anything. It's the real holiday spirit, hanging out with friends and enjoying time spent with each other, you know? You seem to have a lot of it, this real holiday spirit. Yeah, Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love it so much. What do you love about it? That everyone comes together as a community, even if the community isn't blood-related or friends. I feel like this holiday brings people together. What about you, Noelle? Your name literally means Christmas. Ugh. We're going to do this again with my name? Just saying. Ugh. Listen, just because your last name is Carpenter and you're a carpenter means nothing. You know, back in the day, names were used to identify people by what they liked, where they were from, and how they made their living. Yeah, well, it's not back in the day anymore.
Fair enough.
Ellie and I maneuver through the plaza, stopping at a small cart set up on the sidewalk. It's rather small, though there's a line already forming. Ellie motions to the cart with his hand and beams. Best waffles in Hawthorne, I promise. I sure hope so. My stomach rumbles again as I watch people away from the cart with 3-tiered waffle drizzling chocolate syrup and sprinkles. As we wait in line, I decide to bring up something Natalie mentioned the other day. I'm curious. So, you and Natalie. I honestly regret bringing up the topic as nervousness washes over me. What about me and Natalie? You're not going to ask why we aren't seeing each other yet, are you? No. The word leaves my mouth as we speak, and I push a stray piece of hair behind my ear. Did you think your sister and I would make a good couple when you first saw us together? There's no use lying to the man. You don't think so? Your personalities mesh pretty well together. You're both responsible, loyal, and like to have fun. I could argue that those traits apply to you as well. Me? No way. I'm not responsible, loyal, or fun-loving, because I actually cheat all the time. Elliot placed a hand on his chin as if he's in deep thought, and then winks in my direction. You're pretty good with Zoe, or so Natty has told me. That counts as responsibility. I definitely think you're loyal to your family, too. You can make that assertion. You've only seen me a few times. Sure I can. Natty always tells a story about how you fought the kid who was bullying her when you both were children. No way she told you that story. Oh, she definitely did. I remember her telling me that some girl was making fun of Natty's clothes in school, and you literally punched the other girl. That's so funny. In hindsight, violence was certainly not the answer, but I was so angry that the girl would even say something about Nat that I threw a punch. You know, my dad was so angry, I was grounded with no TV for 2 weeks. Never did it again after that. Sounds pretty loyal to me. Wait. So, you are loyal because you never did it again so you could watch TV. Okay. Yeah, but that was the past. I'm not the same person anymore. I don't bring up the consequences of my actions over the last 8 years in neglecting my family. I could have stayed loyal to them and reached out. A simple message on book would have been enough, but I was so focused on my career. I don't think you can lose a trait like loyalty. Really? You don't? Wow, okay. If you say so, let's agree to disagree. What about the last one, fun-loving? That's an easy one. You're here, aren't you? He motions to the plaza around us.
What?
Dude, she's here because she's hungry, you son of a bitch. Huh? I don't follow. You're trying all new things in new places in Hawthorne. You're open to having a good time. No, she's here for lunch! For lunch! I think it is. You and your sister share other similarities too. You're both really funny and make me laugh. So yeah, according to your logic, you and I would make a good pair because we share certain qualities, don't you think? No, we wouldn't. What do you mean? Natty's different from me. She has other qualities that complement you. Like what? She's got her priorities figured out, her mind is focused on moving forward, she doesn't spend too much time dwelling on the past. You can't make assumptions about her and I. There are several reasons we'd never work out, but I won't get into that now. Anyway, I wasn't going to ask about your romantic relationship with my sister. Nat has already told me that you two are only friends, and you've told me how much your friendship with Nat's husband meant to you. I'm pretty clear on the relationship you have with her in that sense. Then what can I clear up for you? I want to ask Nat something, but I don't think she'll answer honestly. I'll try not to lie. What's your question? Did Nat put you up to... well, everything? I recall her words when I asked if she would want to be romantically involved with Elliot. She had valid reasons not to pursue the relationship. However, she was quick to foist the attention onto me. Was this her plan all along, to get Elliot and I to hit it off? We had so conveniently met when I went to town on my first day in Hawthorne, and now I'm volunteering at Zoe's school with him. Not her idea, but serendipitous nonetheless. The idea that Natalie asked Elliot to do all this sours my stomach. I don't want to be someone's friend out of pity or for the benefit of another. What do you mean? Alan tilts his head to the side and frowns. Are you asking me if I'm hanging out with you because of Natalie? Yeah. Of course I am. You're my best friend's little sister. He says it as if his admission is obvious. I feel a gun-wrenching punch delivered to my stomach as Elliot finishes his thoughts. Oh, okay. Elliot's eyes widen for a moment, and he places his hands out in front of him as if to stop me. Oh no, I think you're getting my meaning wrong. Let me try again. Natty's my best friend. She's like family, so it's natural that I'd find myself drawn to spend time with her family. But if I met you in another place under different circumstances, I think I still want to pursue a friendship with you. Ah, you're saying that now. I'm saying that because it's true. It's not like Natalie told me I had to be your friend. She merely mentioned you were coming to town. The rest is your fault. Don't look so shocked. You can't come to a new town, be friendly, funny, and cute, and expect me to just not talk to you. I'm sorry, I'm a simple man. I'll see a nice girl, and I want to be your friend. Creep alert. Relation to Natalie or not, you can't be serious. I feel the heat rising up to my cheeks as his words settle in the air. Elle thinks I'm friendly, funny, and cute. Yeah,
I like spending time with you, Noelle.
Yeah, he's fucking dumb. I'm very serious. Kind of why I asked you to help volunteer to begin with. What? Elle looks away from me with a tint of red staining his cheeks. Yeah, and, shoot, what did I say that out loud? He mutters to himself for clearing his throat. I want to get to know you more. Sorry if that's a bit much. I placed my hand on his forearm, willing to look at me. That's all I wanted to hear. I've never had any easy time making friends. I didn't want this relationship to be because of that. I'm sorry if I ever made you feel that way. I frown, recalling the worry and fear planted by my father. No matter how many years we spend apart, his influence still trickles into my life and takes hold of my thoughts. There's a never-ending doubt swirling through my brain that I'm not good enough on my own. You didn't, and I'm not a very confident person, and I always find myself worrying about the way others view me. Why? After a moment of silence, as the waffle line around us inches forward slowly, I speak again. My father has me second-guessing everything, and he isn't even here. I just want a clean slate without him looking over my shoulder, but he seems like I can escape his influence. Is that why you really came to Hawthorne? I had literally nowhere else to go. After I left the company I worked for, you didn't leave, you were fired.
Yeah.
Is that all there is to it? Kind of. I'm not welcome back in the business world anymore. Had I not been fired, I'd probably still be in the city working as a business manager. I don't think I'd have allowed myself to break free. The truth is, I'm not courageous enough to make a life-changing decision on my own. I was forced to leave the city. You were my conversation with my father. I was fired for trying to publish information that my boss didn't want released, and now I'm blacklisted from returning to the business industry, at least by word of mouth. My old employer is well connected in the city, so I had no other choice but to leave. Nat is the only person I could trust to lean on. My older sister Nala is married to some snobby yogi instructor, and my brother is couch surfing. I have no money to my name, and I wasn't going to my father to ask for help. Maybe you weren't brave enough back then, but you are now. You're beginning to live your alone life. I'm trying at least. That's half the battle. Keep on fighting, Noelle, and I'm here if you need me. I open my mouth to thank him, but Ellie points to the empty spot in front of the waffle vendor. It's time for us to order our food. Looks like we are next. Elliot orders 2 awful supremes for the both of us, and we exchange small talk in the cold as they are prepared. The vendor works quickly, and the resulting waffle is quite shocking. There's 2 thick waffle triangles stacked and drizzling chocolate syrup, rainbow sprinkles, some whipped cream, and gummy bears. Dude, I want to throw up. This is lunch. Elliot is already eating one of the gummy bears from the bottom of his dish. One after another, he pops them into his mouth with a goofy grin. Now I was right, you do have a sweet tooth. Can't help myself, I get that quality from my mother. She was always bringing home some obscure dessert. I love it. Elliot and I take a seat on a nearby bench with our waffles. My mother likes to do that too, but it's not as nice when she mails them to me. I'd rather share them with her in person. Shit. Hey, you still have the opportunity to do that. You just have to tell your mom that you want more time with her. Don't you think I've tried that? It's always the same response from her. I lower my voice to mimic my mother's tone. Honey, I can't escape on an obligation. I'll be back before you know it. Blah, blah. My voice returns to normal. But she's never back, and she never stops making obligations for herself. I'm sorry to hear that, Noelle. It's whatever. My family life is complicated. Always has been. I tap my fingers against my thighs, an awkward silence settling over the two of us. Surely Ellie doesn't know what to say to me. With my fork, I begin to tear apart my waffle in hopes of a distraction. Anyway, Ellie speaks up to fill the silence. So, Secret Santa envelopes will be going out soon. Already? I feel like I just signed up. Remember, you need time to make your gift. Oh, right, something homemade. What could I possibly make? Last year I made ornaments. What about this year? It's a surprise. You could be my Secret Santa. Huh, doubt it. That would be too coincidental. Hey, you never know. Unless... His fork bit on his plate. What? We could open our Secret Santa envelopes together. Wait, no emails or something? An automated system would distribute names faster? Sure, but what's the fun in that? Getting a Secret Santa envelope feels like getting a letter from the North Pole. Really? In that case, opening our envelopes together feels like cheating, and now we're involving Santa. Well, I figure you don't know any of the locals, so I could help you. I'll reveal my name to you too, because it's only fair. Ah, like a trade. Exactly, Santa won't mind. Probably. What if I get you? You'll be baking cookies with Natty and Zoe soon, right? I'll accept a decorated one. I've never baked cookies myself, just iced Oreos, remember? If you make it with love and wrap it with a kiss, it would be perfect, babe. You're a smooth talker, Elliot. I have a feeling if I gave you a burnt cookie, you'd eat the whole thing and tell me it was delicious. As long as you put effort into what you're doing, I won't fault you for mistakes. We'll all make them sometimes. All this to say, you're free to use any of my things from the school or workshop for the gift, and I can also help you make something. Just let me know what it is so we can get the supplies.
Thanks.
I really appreciate that. You're welcome. Two of us finish our food in silence till Elliot stands up from his seat and dusts his pants off, holding his empty waffle plate. Shall we go back to work with our full stomachs? Yeah, thanks for the waffle. It was really good. Told ya, I'm 2 for 2 with the town snacks. Are we keeping score? If we are, I'm totally winning. And like, this was lunch. Fuck this guy. I stand up beside him, gathering my garbage. Including him, the garbage. Ellie and I continue to talk and laugh as we walk through the plaza to his truck. We don't stay much longer than 2 hours at the school, but I'm able to add another sloppy coat of paint to the piece I've been working on, and then begin tracing Elliot's outline on a new set piece. When I'm home, I eat dinner and collapse onto my bed. I'm exhausted, but today's volunteer work didn't go as badly as anticipated. I actually got to open up about some things I was holding in, and Elliot answered me honestly. However, one thing sticks to my mind as I lay in bed at night. Elliot thinks I'm cute. Now I don't know what to make of his words. Butterflies fill my stomach, and even though I'm tired, the lingering question of Ellie's interest in me keeps me up. The next morning, I wake up early enough to get ready for volunteer work, but a text on my phone from Elliot alerts me to other plans. Something came up today. We'll continue building the set tomorrow. Sorry. I contemplate asking him about his plans, but aside from a response, it's a little less intrusive. Alright, see you tomorrow. I type a message and hit send. Now that I'm out of bed, I don't really feel like crawling back into it. After an entire week, I suppose finally time to unpack my clothes. Natalie's home is starting to feel like less a vacation spot and more like a home. I hoist one of my suitcases onto the bed and open it with a frown. I packed quite a few outfits, but none that I would feel comfortable casually wearing around Hawthorne. Underneath my carefully folded slacks are more pants packed in a similar fashion. As I pick up each pair and refold them, I feel like I'm a maid cleaning a stranger's clothes. These certainly don't feel like mine, even if I remember packing them all myself. Natalie has been nice enough to let me borrow some of her clothes, but how long can I keep mooching off of her? I'll need to get my own wardrobe. I head over to the dresser on the far right side of the room and open it. The drawer doesn't give right away, but it slides on the tracks with some force. What the hell? The drawer is full of sports magazines. There's got to be at least 15 in here, all with different women wearing a similar bikini in varying colors. What sport are they supposed to be playing? I asked myself out loud. This was a room Elliot often used when Tyson was still alive, so it's likely these magazines belong to him. Unless every girl is a swimmer, I don't think Elliot is interested in the sporty aspect of the magazine. I scratched my nose up at the thought, realizing that if those girls are his type, I definitely don't have a chance with him. Wait a second. My breath hitches in my throat. Why do I care if I'm Elliot's type? It shouldn't matter. We're friends. I shoot a glance at my phone. Most likely it's a text response from Elliot. Sorry about that. Urgent side job that needs to be done. Try the day off. I start the message, my heart racing. I don't know how to respond, so I leave the message on read and place my phone on the top of the dresser. I put the stack of Alice magazines aside in case he still wants them, and then tuck away my own clothes in the dresser. If this was the guest room that Elliot stayed in, I wonder what else he left in here. The room is tidy, but I'm not sure if that's his or Natalie's doing. I should text Nat, letting her know about my canceled plans with Elliot, and then sit on the bed. I want to go out and buy some clothes, but with what money? I need a job. I can't stay home and relax like Nat suggested. The thought angers me, and I grab onto a pillow, pulling it towards my chest. A feeling of helplessness overtakes me. I wasn't happy in the city, but that was right. I had money and a place of my own. Even Mom had a job to fund her first wild adventure around the globe. I opened the banking app on my phone for laughs, and I met with a mere $20. Definitely not enough to buy new clothes, and I feel even worse remembering that Elliot and Nat have paid for everything. I definitely need a job. Not a volunteer opportunity, but something that will give me a decent salary. Despite my earlier conversation with Nat about our father, I don't feel very reassured. I feel shackled by a different set of chains. My own anxiety is crushing as I think about what I should be doing in my future. Another message from Ellie lights up my phone, and I'm almost too eager to open it. I'll be done in an hour if you want to hang out. The thought of hanging out with Elliot is a nice one, but it also takes sour in my mouth once I realize it'll be paying yet again for me to go and do something with him. It's a dependence that makes me feel uncomfortable. I type a message and hit send. I'm cleaning right now, and then I'm gonna pick up Zoe from school today. Sorry. He responds back right away. No worries, catch you another time then. I feel terrible turning him down, but even worse about myself as I lay my head down onto the pillow and shut my eyes. I slammed my hand over the digital alarm clock by my bed. Saturday, and I don't remember setting the pesky thing. After a day of sulking I had yesterday, I only want to stay in bed. Ducking my head back into my covers, I ignored the light footsteps of one of my housemates.
It's Secret Santa Saturday. It's Secret Santa Saturday.
I can hear the girl's muffled shears through the wooden door to my room, and I nestle even further under the covers. Oh, right, is that ceremony today? Zoe was talking about it all day yesterday, when she came back from school. Honestly, my bed sounds like the better alternative. Oh, Noel, it's Secret Santa Saturday. She barges into the room, slamming the door open, though I don't look up. I'll pretend I'm still sleeping, so she'll go away. But it doesn't work. She waltzes up to my bed and yanks the covers from my body. Guess what? Guess what? She begins to shake me even when I try to push her away. 5 more minutes, Jelly Bean. No way. Why do you keep repeating yourself? It must be in some kind of time loop or something. No time loop, I'm just excited. Why? Just for Secret Santa Saturday? It's snowing. The weather guy says in a few hours the ground will be covered in snow. Snowing in Secret Santa Saturday. That's good luck. This gets my attention. I poke my head up from my pillow finally. Snow? Like real snow? Real snow. And guess what? What? I sit up groggily, rubbing my eyes. We're going to the plaza for the Secret Santa ceremony, and there's free hot chocolate. Free hot chocolate? Say no more. I'm in. She's positively giddy, jumping up and down. Good, because Mom and Elliot are waiting downstairs. Wait, what? Already? It's like, I phone for my phone to tell the time, feeling miserably. It's 9:30, but Elliot brought breakfast for us. Aw, that's nice of him. At the mention of Elliot's name, a sour feeling fills my stomach. I remember the events of the day before and feel silly for getting in my own head about being a burden. I try my best to smile at Zoe nonetheless. Hurry up or you'll be late and get stuck with the nasty hot chocolate flavors like triple dark. Gross. She sticks her tongue out at me. Gross hot chocolate flavors? Not enough, Lauren. That's what Elliot would say, but he's wrong. Zoe urges me to hurry up and get ready before leaving the room. When I get downstairs, the 3 musketeers are waiting for me, all laughing and chatting over a box of very familiar donuts. I try to suppress a yawn, but he quickly overtakes me as I stretch my arms over my head. Look who's finally awake. You took forever.
Sorry.
My bed felt particularly nice today.
Good morning.
He's sorry to meet Elliot's eyes, but he doesn't seem bothered that we couldn't meet up yesterday. In fact, smiling brightly, holding a paper bag in his hands. Good morning, Elliot. I brought you ladies some donuts. He motions to a plate of chocolate frosted donuts with sprinkles on the table behind him. And this. He holds the bag in his hands out to me. What's this? Ellie got us all gloves for the snow. So pretty. Why? I blurted out without thinking, a feeling of uselessness rising within me again. Buying me presents is the last thing I want Elliot to do. Yesterday, I canceled our work day because Mr. Tanner Mrs. Tanner asked for a favor. She had a leak in her shop and needed it fixed as soon as possible. She gave me some store credit. I thought you guys would get more use from her clothing than I
Thanks.
can. You should wear them now. It's snowing. I know you don't have any winter gloves on you. With you. I'm good. My answer is sharp, slicing my tongue as I say it. Elliot frowns and I turn my head to the side with a disappointing gaze. So, he does this, and she does this. I guess. Elliot went out of his way to get these gloves for us. You didn't even bother to look inside of the bag. Nettie, it's okay. Elliot rubs the back of his neck and Zoe jumps in between us. No fighting. You can't be mad at each other. So we're not mad at each other, right, Noelle? Not mad. I give him the short nod of my head. I'm more embarrassed than anything, my pride getting the best of me. Ellie's still frowning. But Natalie looks angry with me. Good, because I need you both to help me rehearse for main play. I've been practicing at school with my class, but I still have to memorize my lines. Sandy G is going to be so jealous when she sees that I'm a better Christmas ghost than she is. Is she still bothering you? I welcome the change of topic. She's always bothering me. Sandy thinks she's so cool, but newsflash, she isn't. I can talk to her father. We went to school together, you know. No way, I'm not a tattletale. I can handle her. Zoe flexes an arm muscle. I already talked to her mother, and nothing gets done with that one. That's not how you stick it to someone like Sandy G anyway. Noelle, do not be a bad influence on my kid. I wave my sister's word away. Zoe, you said that Sandy's also playing a Christmas ghost? Yeah, the ghost of Christmas future. It's easy then. You just need to blow her performance out of the water. All the kids will think you're the coolest. Yes, that could work. Both you and Elliot have got to help me. She looks pretty pleased with herself. I'm always here to help if I can. Me too. Good, with that settled, we can go. The good hot chocolate is waiting. Yes, we can head out. Make sure you all have your scarves and gloves. It's called out. Natalie shoots a piercing glare in my directions, and I retaliate by stuffing my hands in my pockets. I don't need gloves. Must be a city thing. Natalie rolls her eyes and flicks my shoulder. It's a Noelle thing. She's stubborn. No complaining if your hands get cold. Whatever, Mom. There's an edge to my voice that I know she doesn't appreciate. Elliot turns to look at me with a worried expression before returning his attention back to Natalie as we all walk out to his truck. My ears ring with Christmas music while snow dusts the ground. More people than usual are out and about, excitedly crowding around the plaza's Christmas tree where free hot chocolate must be served. The scene is something out of a snow globe. Zoe points to the crowd ecstatically. Yay! Alright, relax. We'll get some. But first, I have to go and pick up some black fabric to fix up a hole in one of my pants. I think Gio's having a sale on fabric squares today. I'll be quick. Noelle can take me while you do that. She grabs hold of my hand at school touch. Maybe I shouldn't have been so stubborn and wore the gloves. Sure, you can point out which is the best hot chocolate flavor. Can I hang out with you girls? Elliot asked this sheepishly. It's the first time I've seen him walk on eggshells around us. I nod my head, guilty. I'll need to clear the air and not let my negative feelings get the best of me. Elliot doesn't know how I feel, so how can I blame him for this kind gesture? Duh, of course. Zoe grabs onto his arm with her free hand. I'll meet you guys in a bit. See ya, Natty. Zoe begins to drive me forward, Elliot following us. Easy there, kiddo, you'll rip her arm off. Hot chocolate! We enter the line, Zoe vibrating with excitement. She bounces on her heels, completely ambivalent about the snow falling and hitting her rosy cheeks. Elliot has his jacket unzipped in the front. Seems like you guys aren't fazed by the snow. Are you kidding me? I love it. Me too. I was the best when he sticks to the ground. Sorry, it's the best when he sticks to the ground so I can build a snowman. Yeah, it's always fun.
Ellie!
Ooh, a snow castle, or a fort like last time, remember? Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, you totally beat me in that snowball fight. Your fort was much better. Yeah, I'm a snowball fighting champion. A few feet ahead of us, a trio of kids running around in the snow with their arms outstretched. One of the girls twirls around the snow, kisses her face. Another has her tongue out, sketch snowflakes. And the third, a boy, is taking pictures of them on his phone. I point to the group. Know any of them, Jellybean? Zoe places her hands above her eyes as if that will help her see better, and then shakes her head fiercely. Nope. You sure? I've definitely seen at least one of them in line with your teacher. Zoe shrugs and looks away from us. Evidently, she knows the kids, but doesn't want to talk to them. Zoe must not have many friends her age. I mean, as annoying as she is, I'm not surprised. All of her memories are with her mother and Elliot. The only other kid she talks about is Sandy G. I know them, but we're not friends. Who are your friends? Do you talk to any of the other kids at school? She used to play with her gloved hands. Sometimes, yeah. You ever build snowmen with them or invite them over to watch TV or something? No. Why not? They don't like me. She says her answer with a calm finality, looking up at Elliot and I as she does so.
What?
How can that be? It's because my dad is dead. They're always whispering about me when I walk into the room, like I'm a weirdo. So I yell at them, and now no one wants to hang out with me because they think I'm mean. A frown disgraces her face as she tries to look away from Elliot and I. It's not my fault they're talking about me. No, that isn't your fault at all. But if something like that happens in school, you can tell your teachers. Why? When my dad died, they acted like I was weird.
I hate it! I hate it! I hate it! I hate it!
Okay. She stomps her foot into the ground, leaving an imprint in the snow. Tears begin to fall on her face. I crouch down by Zoe's side, reaching out to put my hands on her arms. I would do anything to take her pain away.
People don't understand how we're feeling sometimes. They only look at what's happening on the outside.
If they knew how you were feeling, most of them wouldn't treat you that way. When I was in school, people made fun of me and your mother because our mom was never around for school events or holidays. Really? Really? They treated us like aliens because they all had their moms with them. They didn't understand what it was like for us to not have her around. How did you get them to stop? I told them how I was feeling and they stopped. You have to be open and honest with people so that they'll understand how you're feeling. This is absolute bullshit. Particularly with bullying. No one does a thing, and in my experience, no matter what approach I took, I could never get the bullying to stop. No one can read minds, so they won't be able to know what you're thinking. That's really hard to do. I know, that's why I'm going to start. Take a deep breath and stand up. I hold up my wet hands, pink from the cold.
Elliot?
Noelle.
Raise a brow as he watches me.
Sorry.
I was rude about the gloves earlier. It was really inconsiderate of me. I turned to Zoe slightly as if this was a play, and I'm giving her an aside. This is where you tell the person why you did what you did, so they can understand it and not think you're some jerky person. Watch. I flip back around to an amused Elliot who is fighting to keep a serious face. Yesterday I was in a bit of a funk because I realized that you and Natalie are buying everything for me. I feel like I'm being a burden, so when you gave me the gloves... Zoe is right, this is hard. You felt like a burden. Exactly. You shouldn't need to worry about me. I should be able to take care of myself. I'm an adult. Zoe is going to see the fraud that I am. Not a successful businesswoman, but a poor girl without a job to support herself. I understand the way you're feeling, but I didn't buy the gloves because you don't have money. They made me think of you, so I bought them as a gift. Each of you have got a different design that I think suits your personality. The pink and yellow stripes for Zoe, maroon for Nat, and yours will be a surprise for later when you're back at home. Feel like an idiot. Don't. We all have negative feelings sometimes. That doesn't make us stupid, dumb, or idiotic. In Elliot's case, he's just born that way. Just communicate your feelings with me and we can work it out. I will next time. I'm sorry. I heard applause from Yami and turned to see Zoe clapping, cheeks damp with drying tears.
That was so nice.
Do you think you can try that, Zoe? Her gaze falls on the trio of kids and she shakes her head with a frown. Not today, but I will practice at home and try. That's my girl. I pull her into a tight hug and Elliot puts his arm over the both of us. Hey girls, I'm going to get us some hot chocolate, alright? Zoe pulls away from me and begins to wipe her eyes. Do you know what flavor I like? Classic milk chocolate and red velvet for Noelle, right? Oh, my drink order when we met. You remembered? This is so cliche. It wasn't that long ago, you know. It kind of feels like it. It does, doesn't it? Talking to Elliot feels like talking to a childhood friend, even though it's only been 2 weeks since I arrived in Hawthorne. Hurry up, Elliot. Yes, yes, hot chocolate. He holds his arms up in front of him in defense. Zoe laughs and he ruffles her hair before jogging off to fetch hot chocolate. She smiles at me, a small one, but it's enough to melt my heart. So long until Natalie joins us again, holding a small gift-wrapped box. What do you have there? Oh, just a little something I purchased for us on my way back. Something tasty and delicious? Zoe takes a large sip of her hot chocolate. Maybe. Truffles from Fancy Sweets? Of course you know what these are. Ha, those truffles are so good. Do you get the holiday flavors? Yep, gingerbread, peppermint, mocha, and I think jelly? Dibs on peppermint. What if we want peppermint, huh? The young girl placed her hand on her hips. You don't like peppermint, love. But Noelle might. What about her? If Noelle wants it, she can certainly have it. Wow, Elliot going back on his dibs? She teased him, placing an arm on his shoulder. can have the peppermint truffle, Elliot. If you want to try it, then by all means. No, you call dibs first. It's okay, really. I can't go against sanctity of the dibs, Elliot. Shake my head in dramatic
Country
fashion.
boy.
Coffee bean?
Oh, man, this is so fucking cringe. So good, right? Hawthorne has the best desserts. Actually, I might have to agree with you on that one.
It's so nice to see you all getting along.
Love it. Spending time with Elliot, Natalie, and Zoe puts a smile on my face. I never managed that I'll get to spend time with my older sister and her child years later. And Elliot is a lovely man to have around. There's no trace of my feelings of self-doubt and helplessness from yesterday. My booming voice silences as someone calls for everyone's attention over the speakers. Come one, come all, it's time to reveal the names for this year's Secret Santa. Oh, I can't wait to see who I get this year. Last year we had Mr. Red, right? What did you make him again? Zoe and I sewed him some ties. Oh yeah, the green elf one. You can sew? I get so close. I taught myself online a few years back. It's proven a useful skill for this very occasion. Oh, look at you. Someone will be coming around with a Santa hat. You're going to pick an envelope from it, but do not open it until you get home. What if I put my own name? It's never happened before, but I guess you can swap with someone. That's not against some kind of ancient Hawthorne rule. I think the Hawthorne elders would forgive it on the occasion so everyone can get a gift. The announcer speaks over our conversation. This is Secret Santa after all. Let's keep our chosen names a mystery until the day of the Christmas festival. The Christmas festival? That's held a few days before Christmas Eve. It's basically a party in the town square with snacks, a Christmas play hosted by the school, and the gift exchange. Oh, sounds like fun. Yep, and that night we can make cookies for Santa with the kid Elliot brought us.
I can't wait! Thanks so much, Elliot!
Thanks.
Knowing he's doing all of this because he cares about me and my family puts my insecurities at ease. I flash him a smile. Oh, honey, I thought you were gonna flash him your tits. Which he returns just as eagerly. The Santa hat comes around and Elliot, Natalie, and I pick our names. Zoe has their own secret Santa event at school with the other children, so she doesn't put her name in the pool. The envelope gold with green trimmings is held close to my heart. Natalie's already slipped hers in her purse, and Elliot's has gone into his shirt pocket. When I look at the man, he winks, a signal to remind me that we plan to open our envelopes together. Natalie, Zoe, a woman from a few feet away, begins to wave at the pair. She's tall, with short brown hair, and a very vibrant way of dressing. That's one of the members of the PTA board. She's probably going to talk to us about the show. Sounds like her excuse to escape, Noelle. Elliot nudges my side with his elbow. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Zoe and I can catch up with you guys. Where are you headed? The market. I need to pick something up, and Noelle can help me. I have a feeling if I stay around with Natalie, she'll end up introducing me to everyone in town, and that's a headache I don't want to experience right now. Sure, whatever you need. Alright, see you too soon. So, this motherfucker is going to participate in a Secret Santa as a chance of meeting people that she might potentially have to offer a gift to, and she doesn't want to meet anyone. Now, I think it's pretty obvious that the Secret Santa, she's just gonna pick Elliot's name, but come the fuck on, game. As the PTA member approaches, Zoe, Nat, Elliot, and I sleep away towards the holiday market, the snowfall beginning to pick up. The snow falling in the park is even more beautiful than the plaza. Despite chilly weather, people are still walking around with smiles. I can't believe this goes on even with the snow. Just a little snow. If this was a city, everything but work would be shut down. Streets would be a mess and everything, including the sidewalks, would be sloshy. This scene here is picturesque, the snow dusting the trees. Maybe I should take a picture and post it on BookBook. I fumble for my phone in the pocket of my jacket. I'm trying to show my siblings I'm alive without reaching out to them directly. For all that earlier talk about communication, I'll admit I'm a little scared. Baby steps. Exactly. Give me your phone, I'll take a picture of you in the snow. You can show off to your family what you've been doing. Maybe you'll open up some conversations. We don't have time. You said you wanted to get something, right? Oh, that was just an excuse to spend more time with you. Even after I was so rude to you? I'm just happy you aren't mad that I canceled our plans yesterday. Is that why you thought I was being rude? Yeah, I got nervous. I thought I upset you. No, I'm just in my own head all the time. Well, it's a good way to get out of you. Look around and capture the moment, especially with you participating in that moment. You think, though? I don't think I'm gonna pick it up myself. I'm not. I don't know. We'd want to see it, you know. If you had me added on BookBook, I would want to see it. Oh, you do have one? I can add you. No, I don't do social media. That's such a girl thing. Such my power to me. How do you keep up with what your family is doing? I'm in a group chat with my stepmom, dad, brother, and his wife. I don't need to share the memories with everyone else. You know.
Yeah.
Fuckboy. Yeah, you can take the picture as a gift to yourself so you can remember these moments. Like, I bet your ass he says this to every girl, and then he's on all sorts of dating apps. Elliot smirks at me, a twinkle in his eyes. Like this? So, your phone? Elliot puts his hand out and waits patiently for me to give him my phone. Your mom is sure to see how much fun you're having. I hate that this is a good idea. He chuckles as he begrudgingly places the phone into his hand. What kind of pose should I do? Something natural. However, as he looks at the result, he shakes his head. There's something missing. Like what? You have to show that you're genuinely happy, not just posing for a picture. Otherwise, when you look back at the moment, you're going to wonder if you're really having a good time. Really? Okay. I don't know how to do that, Elliot. That's embarrassing to say out loud. Don't worry, I'll show you. He holds up my phone, touches the screen, flipping the front camera. Cool kids call this a selfie, yeah? Oh god. I'm taking a selfie now? No.
We're taking a selfie.
Squeeze in tight or your bump won't make it to the frame. Elliot holds the phone horizontally with his right hand and uses his left to pull me closer. His hand settles on my arm in a light grip. He's wearing a big smile that I can't replicate with my reddening cheeks. Now's the part where you smile. Right, yes, just a minute. Taking a deep breath to distract from the proximity of Elliot. We're so close I can probably feel his breath on my cheek. And by cheek, I mean butt cheek. There's a faint smell of peppermint that wafts from his gray jacket, cool and refreshing. Oh fuck, I'm sorry. I am sorry. It's fitting, honestly. My smile is awkward, but it's genuine. I'm happy that Elliot is with me. I'm not. Elliot taps the screen a few times, pulling away from me. He turns the phone to show me the picture. Oh my gosh, I look so goofy.
You look cute, Noelle.
You look cute. No way. No way. Look how you brighten the whole picture with your smile.
I think I'll be able to smile more in Hawthorne, with you around.
Oh my god, fucking kill me. That's what I like to hear. We'll keep making memories together. He hands me back my phone. Can you text me that picture? Oh, sure. Thanks. I'll save it as your contact photo, so every time you call, it won't be the default blob anymore. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do it too.
Thanks.
Elliot. The pleasure is all mine. Elliot leads me away from the park's entrance to a nearby bench. The sea is slightly wet, but I barely feel it through my jacket. Instead, the chief sensation taking over is a warmth when Elliot is next to me, so much that it's easy to forget the chilly day. Now what? You don't have anything to buy. What should we do? We can open our Secret Santa envelopes. Didn't the announcement say not to open them until we're home? Tell Santa not share your name with anyone, but we're already breaking that rule. What's another one? I guess you're right. I'm just nervous to see who I'll get. That's all the fun. You go first. No, you go first. I can, but it won't make much of a difference since you don't know anyone in town. Shh. I don't like the pressure. How about we open it together? Oh my god, the cliche of cliches. The envelope feels light in my nervous hands. I shake it, but naturally it makes no noise. Just an envelope with an enclosed name. On the count of 3? Yeah, I just don't know how to count to 3. We both open our envelopes, except when Elliot does it, a small green leaf flutters to the ground. Both of us look at the foliage and then back at each other. Oh my goodness. What? That's the mistletoe. It's not mistletoe, it's an evergreen leaf or something. Elliot kneels down to the ground and picks up the leaf in question, now white from the snow. The red bow around the stem is unmistakable. A bunch of mistletoe wouldn't fit in an envelope. Doesn't matter anyway. That means you have good luck or something? You're going to have good luck. I'm giving it to you. He hands over the mistletoe. That's not how it works. It's your good luck. You opened it. There's no rule saying you can't transfer the good luck. Likewise, there's no rule saying you can transfer the good luck. We bicker before settling on the fact that neither of us are budging. None of us, both of us, or neither of us are getting good luck this upcoming year. What did you get, Elliot? Let's do yours first. I hand my paper with shaking hands. Don't be nervous. Easy for you to say. You literally make things for a living. Moment of truth. Elliot slowly and carefully unfolds the paper. Bernadette Greer. That sounds familiar. Where have I heard that name before? It's Sally G, or whatever the fucking name is, daughter. Sandy G. Sandy G's mother. Oh, that rotten little girl's mom? Wow. Hey, now it's Christmas. So, she raises Scrooge, just bullying my niece. You've got to follow your own good advice and be role model for Zoe. If she sees you fighting Bernadette when you told her not to do that, what will that teach her? That I'm an hypocritical jerk? Which you're not. Zoe knows you to be a dependable and honest aunt. Debatable. Zoe thinks I'm the coolest, which isn't true.
Well, you are the coolest.
Oh my lord. Oh my god, guy. Again, debatable. I've got some pretty good evidence on my side. More credible than me getting blacklisted from every big corporation in the area? Yeah. Impossible. I cross my arms over my chest. Like this. Stay away, bitch. Stay away. I need to hear this. You had enough courage to leave the city, whether you had to or not, and come here to make a new life. How many people can say they were able to jump into a new life like that? That shows some incredible bravery. Bitch, it was either that or homelessness. It's not that great. It's pretty great. He shrugs his shoulders like this. There's no way I'm changing his mind. He's proud of his answer. Honestly, I wish I could see my failure as a new opportunity like Elliot does.
Noelle.
It's Christmas. Lighten up. Fine, whatever. Let's just open your envelope. Unfold Elliot's paper, and you got Miss Weber, my school science teacher. That's cute. What are you going to make her? I'll have to think about it. He placed a hand under his chin. Tell you what, next week we'll finish building early and head back to my workshop to see if we can come up with something for Bernadette and Miss Weber. Sounds like a plan. I tuck away my Secret Santa card in the pocket of my jacket, and Elliot does the same. A cool wind pushes through my hair, and I shiver. I should have taken your gloves. My fingers feel like ice right now. Do you want mine? What? No, you're supposed to say that's what I get for being stubborn. Why? Doesn't seem like a helpful answer at all. But it is what I deserve for being stubborn. See, that's your problem, Noelle. You play judge, jury, and executioner all on yourself. If I'm not upset, you shouldn't be either. Oh, great! So I can only have the emotions that you have. Beautiful. And now, you want your hands to be cold because I don't have gloves, which could have been avoided. That's another solution, a pretty simple one. Elliot takes my hands in his and gives them a light squeeze. My feet's heating up more than my hands at this moment. Body heat. It's science. Yeah, right. The thought of him calling me cute spreads through my mind, only to be roadblocked by images of the women in his sports magazines. I agonize over not looking like them, yet he thinks I'm cute. Elliot said communication is important, so I may as well ask him what's on my mind. I have a question. I try not to focus on the sensation of our hands together and instead swallow. Ooh, she swallows. What about? You mentioned that you used to stay in Natalie's guest room back when Tyson was alive, and I was putting away my clothes in the dresser when I found some of your sport magazines in a drawer. No way that I used them to learn about sports for guy talk with your father. Every single one was as a scantily clad woman on the front of it. Oh my god. I can explain. I was young when I got those magazines. Nowadays I just use my phone because, you know, there's Wi-Fi and shit, and instead of pictures I look at videos. Yeah. His face red as a tomato, but there's nowhere to escape from my gaze. Don't make me say it out loud. What, did you appreciate a woman's muscular figure? It's actually adorable how embarrassed he's getting. The timing is perfect for him as we see both Natalie and Zoe approaching. This time Natalie is eating festive green cotton candy for a change. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. The PTA leader has plans for a Christmas play that we had to talk about, and she wanted to ask about the lovely new volunteer helping with the sets. I hope she was complimentary. Zoe? The girl unusually quiet and frowning as her gaze fixed on a Christmas tree in the center of the park. Mom, it's the second week of December. We'd have our Christmas tree up by now if Dad was still here. All eyes fall to Natalie, who seems flustered, a look of worry in her eyes. I didn't think you still want to decorate for the holidays without Dad. Both Ellie and I can see through her excuse. Of course Zoe would want to participate in a festive Christmas. The real reason there's no decorations in the house is the same reason the place looks unlived in. Natalie's preserving her memories with Tyson, just like Elliot prompted me to do with our selfie. I could help put up the tree if you want. Me too.
No.
Thanks, but it's not necessary this year. Why not? How is Santa going to find our house with no tree or Christmas lights? She's right, Nat. Santa needs to know we celebrate Christmas. Yeah, but... Elliot places a hand on her shoulder. Tyson would want you skipping out on the festivities. Do it for Zoe and Noelle. It's her first Christmas with you guys. Yeah, for me. I haven't decorated a Christmas tree in so long. Maybe we could get some ornaments while we're here too. Natalie lets out a sigh, but eventually gives in. Fine, we can decorate the tree.
Yay! Yay!
Today, I'm sure Elliot has somewhere to be. Nope, I'll come over and help with the tree, then dinner's on me. You don't mind? Not at all. He looks over at me and smiles. It's holiday season, we have to make some memories together. Yes, yes! Follow me. The art teacher at school made a stall selling handmade ornaments and told her we'd come to see her work. Zoe grabs hold of Natalie's hand and marches off in the direction of the market, dragging all of us in tow. So I better hurry along then, and make sure to pick out the best ones before it gets too late. Yeah! Okay, Zoe jumped in the air. As much as Nat mentioned they're struggling with friends in school, today she's just as exuberant as all the other children in the plaza, perhaps even more so with the surrounding feeling of family. The four of us spent some time going around the holiday market buying Christmas ornaments before heading home to set up a Christmas tree. Zoe and I sit on the modern couch waiting for Elliot and Natalie to bring the Christmas tree down from the attic. From the sound of it, my sister packed it away pretty tightly with no intention of taking it out this year. However, with the spontaneous suggestion, the Christmas festivities are back on.
Yay!
Yay! Do you guys decorate a Christmas tree every year? Yeah, usually after Thanksgiving, but this year we didn't do it. Why didn't you ask your mother sooner? Because I know she didn't want to put it out, but with you here, she beams at me. I wasn't so scared to ask her. Allie did most of the convincing. You two make a good team. You think so? She bobs her head with enthusiasm. Never seen him smile so much before. Really? I find it hard to believe. Elliot loves to have a good time. Maybe with you. Hi, what are you getting at, Jelly Bean? Nothing at all, Auntie Coffee Bean. Right. You know, this room used to have so many different pictures in it. My mom took them out. She doesn't think I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed he was looking a little bare, but I didn't want to say anything. You know, I don't really care what mom did that. Why? Zoe hops down from the couch and walks over to the TV stand. She crouches down by and tries to open it. It doesn't give right away when I notice Zoe throws some of her weight into it. When it finally opens, it reveals a drawer full of photos. I kneel down beside the girl, but she already knows what she's looking for. Zoe doesn't have to rummage long before she finds a picture with the bent top right corner. She hands it to me and holds it up to the light. It's an old Christmas card photo. Zoe looks to be a little younger than she is now, wearing a red velvet dress with a white lace. She's standing in front of Natalie and Tyson, who have their arms over her, dressed equally as festive with a giant candy cane background. Mom thinks I don't know about her picture drawer, but I do. She picks out more photos, each revealing similar scenes to the one I'm holding, family photos when Tyson was still around. I like to look at these photos sometimes. They don't make me sad like they do Mom. She misses her father a lot, more than a lot. He was her whole world for a long time. I know, I miss him too, but I'm afraid if I don't keep looking at these pictures, I'll forget what it looks like. Yeah, that's a real thing. I don't want that.
I think your mom is afraid of remembering. Because remembering will make her heart hurt more.
But we'll show her that we can still remember your dad with a smile. It doesn't always have to hurt. Exactly. I pet her head affectionately. Together, two of us close the drawer and take a seat back on the couch. We don't wait much longer for Elliot and Natalie to return downstairs. Natalie is holding a big box of ornaments and tree trimmings, while Elliot has the 6-foot tree hoisted effortlessly onto his shoulder. The tree! She rushes to Elliot, who smiles down at her. Oh yes, you'll have to help us decorate this bad boy. Lots of surface area to cover. He maneuvers his way through the living room to find an empty spot, but the doorway sets the tree sets the tree down with relative ease and spreads out the branches. Meanwhile, Natalie drops her box onto the floor. Zoe runs through the den with the bag of new ornaments we bought. We'll do it like a train. Someone will help me unwrap the ornaments, and the other person will help Zoe put them up on the tree. I'll do whatever Noelle doesn't want to do. Okay, I had to start a new video. Sorry about that. Alright, Noelle, it's up to you. I consider helping Zoe put up the ornaments on the tree, but I want to talk to Nat about what Zoe has been feeling lately, so I would rather take the opportunity to speak. I'll start the ornaments with you, Nat. Great choice. Natalie sits down on the floor next to the box of ornaments, and I join her. This thing is huge, filled to the brim with ornaments, garlands, and lights. First things first, Elliot, if you plug in the tree, there should be lights built in. Aye aye, Captain. Zoe, take this green garland and put it on the tree. Oh, and take the skirt for the tree, too. Okay. As Zoe and Elliot go off to do their task, Natalie places an armful of ornaments next to me. Anything that looks like it could break goes at the very top of the tree. Pretty ornaments on the front, extras on the bottom. There's also ornaments with family pictures or names on them. Those I want at the very front. I think I can manage the task. There are so many different kinds of ornaments in this box, I suppose they must have accumulated over time. Some look brand new, and others look like they've seen better days. I sort all the cartoon characters into a single pile, which Zoe takes and places on the middle tier of the tree. The glass ornaments are handed off to Elliot, who places them on the top branches. The last pile is all kinds of family photos and nameplates. One ornament catches up my eye, particularly. It's a picture of Tyson and Natalie hugging with Zoe in a red velvet dress. I'm getting kind of thirsty. Why don't we get some water from the kitchen? I want to bring up the picture with her, but I don't want Zoe to know about it. This is a conversation best kept to ourselves. Natalie looks suspicious for a moment, but turns her attention to the others. We're getting some beverages. Do either of you want any? Iced tea. I'll have what Zoe's having. No problem, we'll be back. Natalie guides two of us to the kitchen, where she heads directly for the fridge in search of the iced tea. So, are you really thirsty, or did you want to talk about that ornament? You saw? I'm not an idiot, you know. I knew you'd eventually stumble on our old family memories. You didn't do a very good job of keeping them hidden. To be fair, I didn't think I'll be putting out a tree this year. And what's the real reason for that, Nat? You know the ornament you were looking at? That picture was taken when Zoe was 1 year old. She didn't want to sit still for the photograph. We had to stay there for a good 2 hours because Zoe just wouldn't let up. The picture came out great though. I guess Tyson kept tickling her and making faces, so she'd laugh. Those were the good old days. The smile doesn't leave her face despite the sadness in her voice. I remember looking at Tyson as he was playing with Zoe and just thinking, I'm in love with this man. All he was doing was tickling our daughter, but I just knew, I felt in my heart, he and Zoe were going to be my whole world forever. So, you were only sure that you made the right decision with this guy 1 year after having a daughter with him? Wow. People, man. People. That didn't work out. That's why I didn't want to put the tree out this year. Tyson loved Christmas, and that tree is a reminder of the past. Part of my world is gone, Noelle. I'll never get to see Tyson again. It can still be your world, Nat. I reach out and tap her chest where her heart would be. Her heart would be? So she no longer has a heart? Oh, Lord. Not to be cheesy, but... Noelle, don't say it. It's true, though. He's in your heart, isn't he? He is. And he's with Zoe, too. You can't just erase everything that happened because it hurts to remember. You're just hurting Zoe in the end, you know. She wants to remember her father. I know I'm being selfish. That's why I'm seeing a therapist, so I can make sense of my feelings. Grief isn't something you just get over, but I think we can start to see the brighter sides of life. You've been hanging out with Elliot too much. Huh? You're starting to sound like him. Well, that's because he has good advice. He has a lot of other good stuff too, I bet. Like his dick. Oh, shut up. Zoe's in the next room. It's good to see her with a light-hearted smile. We both know she can't hear me. She's preoccupied with Elliot. That's why he wanted to come to the kitchen to talk. Elliot is great with kids. She'll be having too much fun to worry about us. Thank goodness. Without him, I don't know if Zoe would have had anyone to talk to when Tyson was sick. Yeah, she mentioned that the other kids pick on her because she lashes out when they talk about her dad. I've discussed this with her teachers and guidance counselor, but we haven't worked out a solution yet. We'll figure it out together.
I'm glad you're here, Noelle. I really missed you.
I miss you too. And for the record, we'll also work out your issues with Dad together. Love you, Nat.
Love you.
Love you. Now, can you grab some cups? We have two thirsty workers who think we came in for drinks. Yeah, of Of course. Ned pours drinks and lets out a grunt at Elliot's gift bag that's still on the counter. You should really take the gloves Elliot bought. Oh, we were having a moment, and I almost forgot. I apologize for how I was acting earlier. I figured you were acting out for some reason.
What?
Everything is new for you here. It must be taking some time to adjust. It's okay to be a little stressed out. I just don't want you and Elliot to keep buying me things. I haven't had to rely on anyone for 8 years. I'm only paying for you while you need it. Once you get back on your feet, I expect you to pay me back somehow. She says it with a small laugh, but I take it to heart because I do want to pay your kindness forward. You better! Anyway, Elliot doesn't know about all of that. Giving gifts is just his love language. That's why he brings food all the time and offers to pay for things. It's not because he thinks you're some poor girl who needs help. Love language? What's that? Something I learned in therapy, actually. There are different ways that people prefer to show their affection. It doesn't have to be strictly in romantic terms. For example, Elliot's his gift giving. When he cares about someone, he likes to give them gifts to remind them how important they are to him. For other people, it's physical touch, like hugs, and others like to hear their important of the other person spoken aloud. Huh, that's interesting. Isn't it? Mine is acts of service. If you do something for me, I know you really care. That makes sense. What do you think mine is? It's obviously quality time. When someone spends time with you, it shows you they care. Like when you spend time with Elliot. Oh, hush, it's always about Elliot with you. Hey, I'm just saying what I'm saying. Uh-huh. You can't say that you and Elliot don't have good chemistry. Fuck yeah, I can say. You guys vibe well together, even just as friends. No, we don't. Keep brushing it off, but I know what I see. You see nothing. I see everything. Anyway, the gloves, let's see them. The small white paper bag on the counter is extended with light blue tissue paper. Elliot actually put effort into presenting it to me. It's not an offhand gift, and that makes me feel even worse for not even looking at them earlier. I reach into the bag and take out the gloves. They're light brown, knitted with the face of a reindeer, complete with a red nose. These are so cute. Oh my gosh, they really are. Isn't Elliot the sweetest? He said the glove patterns reminded him of us. You got the sophisticated maroon, Zoe got the vibrant pink and yellow, but why reindeer for me? Because they're cute just like you? I don't know, you've got to ask him. He held the gloves against my chest before sighing and putting them back into the bag. I already apologized to him, but I feel like I need to do it again. The whole world isn't out to get you. You can be a little bit more trusting and gracious here. I'm trying my best, Nat. It isn't easy. Of course not, but you're doing a great job so far, love. Yes! Zoe's getting a bit impatient. I told her to check up on you ladies, but feel free to continue whatever it is you were doing. Pouring drinks, obviously. Right, of course. Actually, perfect timing, Elliot. I'll bring the drinks into the living room for us. I think Noelle wants to tell you something. Really? I guess so. I mumbled to myself, scratching my scalp. Natalie puts 4 empty cups and the iced tea pitcher on the tray and brings it next to the next room. Elliot leans onto the open door frame with the sleeves rolled up, and I notice his muscles while trying not to stare. Chemistry or not, he's really attractive. Dude, I just like his shirt. I see you finally took a look at the gloves. Yeah, thanks. I'm sorry for being a brat about it. Like I said earlier, I don't mind. We all get frustrated sometimes. I was acting like a baby. You weren't. You thought I was giving you things to compensate for you not being able to support yourself. But I don't think money defines a person's success. You're doing fine here, and when you're ready to get a job, you'll be prepared to take on the world. You're just strange, you know. I never had a second to think about what would happen if I didn't have a job. What? It's a little scary to rely on people like this because I've never had to do it before. It's entirely understandable. New home, new people, new way of living. It's all new and nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, I'm sorry for not giving you a chance. These gloves are really cute. Oh, thanks. I saw them and instantly thought of you. Rudolph? The little guy who nobody really understands but ends up guiding Santa's sleigh when he really needs help. Think that's me? I'm not guiding any sleighs. Right now I think you're doing that for Zoe and maybe Natty just by being here. You're surprised you didn't know they needed. Never thought about it that way. Family solves a lot of problems, Noelle. When they're not causing it, that is. Two of us chuckle. Then Elliot extends his hand towards me. We should go and finish decorating the tree. We have 2 very lovely ladies waiting for us. I take his hand. His smile is warm and contagious, and I can't help but return it as the 2 of us head back into the living room. Shit, it's not over yet? Oh my lord. Like, I read this game was 3 hours long. My god, dude, just be done with it. Ugh, when Monday rolls around, I'm more than a little eager to jump out of bed and head to Zoe's school. It's not because I'm dying to finish working on sets, but I do want to spend more time with Elliot. In the school's auditorium, I let out a yawn before getting back to pointing one at the sets. There are quite a few set pieces that Elliot has planned, and we've been able to finish at least half of the batch. Today, I'm adding the second layer of paint to some sets Elliot worked on in his workshop the other day. Oh, there's a typo. He's going to go back after my coats to add details. I would say the sets are coming out great. The only thing we have to worry about is helping Zoe rehearse her lines. So today, Elliot and I will be picking her up after school and heading home to practice. Almost done. I hear Elliot call out to me from the other side of the auditorium. I look up from my work and nod. Just about. After this dries, you can add the details tomorrow. Great. I think Zoe gets out in a little bit. We can wait outside of the school for her. The Hawthorne Academy for Learning is a beautiful school. As Elliot and I wait outside alongside the other parents, I catch sight of classes being conducted on the terrace. Do you ever think you'd find yourself at a place like this, picking up a child from school? My eyes snap to Elliot, who motions to the building with his head. No way. If you asked me in high school, I would say my future would involve me living in a fancy place in the city with a great paying job and a rich husband. A rich husband? Did your dad want that for you too? No, that was all me. I thought my ideal partner would have a ton of money and be really handsome. Turns out, I ended up single and jobless. Teenage me would be so disappointed. What about present you? She's a little bummed out about being single and jobless, but I'm sure she'll get over both. Is present you open to the idea of dating someone with only a moderate amount of health? Yeah, I guess I am. I didn't see dating back then as I did now. I thought of it only as a means to get a husband to support me. That's what my father put in my head. So, decide, was it your dad or not that convinced you that a rich husband would be the only way to go? Because you are contradicting yourself, you fucking asshole. That's an outdated viewpoint. I know. Dating should be about spending time with someone you care about, but what do I know? I've never even been on a date before. Well, I haven't been on very many either. That's bullshit. Ex-girlfriend. One ex. We dated for about a year after Natty and Tyson got together. Haven't dated anyone since. Why? What happened? You don't see very many new people coming to Hawthorne, and the girls here never really clicked with me. Tira was someone I was trying to connect with, but we were very different. Wanted to make memories and have family. I think she just wanted arm candy to bring to parties, especially since her father was always talking about muscles. It was weird. This made no sense. So you know what? That just means her father thought you were hot. So there's that. I guess, but I'd rather someone like spending time with me because we get along, not because they think I look good to their parents. That's just a bonus. Exactly, Noelle. You get me. I feel the same way, but no one ever used me for arm candy. At the office, one person had feelings for me, but they never asked me out. I found out after they got moved to another company branch. Office love must be so romantic. Oh yeah, we crunched numbers together or something. It's funny, I never really thought about romance, friends, or even family back in the city. I was so hyper-focused on succeeding. Now that I have time to think, I'm wondering what I missed out on. We're young, there's so much time. Life isn't over. I did waste a lot of time though. It's not wasted time to learn from it. Maybe. Everything happens for a reason. I don't know if you'd still find yourself here in Hawthorne if you didn't have the city as a stepping stone. Maybe it's selfish of me to say, but I like having you around. Thanks, you're always so nice to me. We're friends now, Noelle. I'm going to cherish that. Zoe's class exits the building, and I catch sight of her curly hair. She stands in the back of the line, away from the talkative crowd of kids the teacher's trying to silence. Zoe holds her backpack strapped slightly, eyes downcast on the floor for a moment. The teacher instructs the students to look out for their guardians, and Zoe obliges, hesitating. She looks around for Natalie, though when she sees Elliot and I, her eyes lit up. There's our girl.
Ellie!
She waves her arms wildly ignoring the concerned looks of her classmates. Oh god, the nickname. It was one time in 5th grade. He chuckles as he says this, earning a glare from me. I turn to Zoe and I wave back as Elliot walks over to sign her out. Clearly he's done this more than once. After a few moments, the pair walk back towards me, the young girl chatting about something. And then I said I wasn't going to forget my lines. So that's what we're here for today, Noelle, and now we're going to help. Sandy G is going to regret being the ghost of Christmas future. Hey now. Well, I agree with the sentiment. I feel like I should probably step in and say something. Be a good role model for the girl. You should be doing your best on stage for yourself, not for Sandy G. I guess. The rest is just a bonus. I see Elliot's lips upturn into a smile. Like this. As I repeat what I told him earlier. You come first, Jellybean. I'll consider it if you promise to stop calling me that. Absolutely not. Let's meet in the middle here. You just shouted Auntie Coffee Bean in the middle of the schoolyard. That sounds like middle ground. Hey, use the nickname too. I can just come up with a new nickname for her, like City Girl. No, we're talking about Zoe now, not me. Whatever, Auntie Coffee Bean. You know what? We're not getting food on the way home if you keep it up. No fair.
No fair.
She seems to contemplate it for a minute. Okay, fine, sorry. I link my arm to Zoe and Elliot takes her school bag. She hums to herself a song I never heard as we walk together. Before I know, we've arrived at this truck and Zoe climbs into the back seat. She motions for me to join next to her, and for a moment I can help but think that this is what it could feel like to have a future of my very own. After an hour and a half of practice, Zoe is growing more and more frustrated memorizing her lines. Try the line one more time. This is not working. The girl collapses onto the couch with her arms outstretched towards the ceiling. Elle looks on with a pitiful smile as he tries to encourage her. I think you'll nail it this time for sure. Will I, Ellie? I don't know. If you don't give it a try, fine. She clears her throat, though doesn't bother to get up from the couch. Would you put out my light? Not quite. I can't remember the line. Frustrated, Zoe puts her hands over her eyes. How did I memorize lines in school plays?
Sorry.
I'm doing the best I can to help. I was never in a school play before. Not even when you were really little? Nope, I hated being on stage and in front of so many people with their eyes on me. Why? I think it's so fun to perform for people. I don't know, I guess I was embarrassed of what would happen if I messed up. I didn't want my classmates to laugh at me. It was silly back then. It's not silly, I think I can't remember because I'm nervous about Sandy G. She rolls over on the couch to face me. What if she tells everyone I'm really bad? You can't let what your classmates say ruin your fun. Besides, they'll see for themselves how good you are. Yeah, but what if I mess up on stage? Her voice falters. I reach out and grab her hand, giving it a gentle squeeze. You know what your grandmother used to tell me all the time? No. Shut the fuck up, child. Or I should have swallowed, or something. Nervousness is just a bug that you need to squish. Now, come on. Stand up. I jump to my feet and usher the girl to follow suit. She hesitates until Elliot stands by my side. Then she sluggishly pulls herself off the couch. What are we doing? Squishing the bug. Bug exterminator. Okay, picture the nervousness on a nasty bug crawling across the ground. The most grotesque, mean venomous bug ever. Okay, are you trying to get her to cry? Because that's how you get her to cry. Long antennas, blah blah blah. I see the bug. Ellie is watching me curiously, and this is the same routine my mother used to get me to get over my nerves. And it often helped, not because of the bug skid, but because I knew she was there. Do you see the bug? Yeah, I see the bug. Now we do the bug. We squish it. I set my foot on the ground and twist it. I don't think you're doing it right, Ellie. You said it was a big bug, so you might need to use both legs. You're absolutely right, Ellie. Your nervousness is big and growing, so I have to stomp it really hard. Dude, this is just fucking stupid. 3 of us are stomping the ground, hopping around, stomp the invisible bug. But in the moment, we're all laughing. Luckily, Natalie isn't home from work, otherwise you'd think we were causing a ruckus. Feel better? A little, yeah, but I still can't remember my line. Well, we only squished the bug. Now it's not distracting us anymore, we can try again. Alright, little lady, let's hear it from the top. Zoe rolls her eyes, but she's smiling. We'll need a few more days to practice, but I would say today was a successful attempt. I'll probably need like 24. Shit. After several days of working on sets at the school and rehearsing lines with Zoe at home, Ellie and I have finally made some time to work on our Secret Santa gifts. I'm a little nervous to intrude on his workshop, but he assures me that his place is my place for the time being, and I'm free to use anything I need to make Bernadette's gift. The problem is I've only ever painted the sets that were already made. Elliot has done all the drafting and crafting. I don't know where to begin with his homemade gift. Elliot stands by the doorway, a bead of sweat glistening on his forehead as he carries a large storage bin into the room. He drops it onto the floor with a thud and kicks it toward the center of the room. What's all this? Tons of crafting supplies. Check them out. I rummaged through the storage bin, finding pipe cleaners, ribbons, pre-cut ornaments, glue, and the like. No fancy power tools or wood stains? Something a little more beginner-friendly. No pipe cleaners? I'm not Zoe's age. I'm trying to impress Bernadette. What is a pipe cleaner? Do you know what she gave out last year? A freshly baked muffin, wrapped in cellophane and tied in a pipe cleaner? Her name wasn't on a gift, obviously, but it wasn't hard to tell when she made the same muffins for the bake sale every year. Wait, names don't have to be on gifts? Only if you want to add them. It's Secret Santa. Then I don't have to worry about giving out an amazing gift. I'll let us out of relief. But Elliot's sudden gaze breaks from my reverie.
Noelle.
Elliot?
You have to give it your best effort. Why? Bernadette won't even know it's from me. Easy solution. Because Zoe and Natalie would know. How will they find out? Really? You think you can pull one over on Natalie? Yeah, I guess you're right still. It's Christmas. You keep saying that. Because it's true. You don't want someone to open up a lame gift, do you? Their eyes should light up with excitement. A well thought out gift is something special. Fine, I'll continue to worry about my gift as per usual. No worrying necessary, but you should put some thought into your gift. I did think about it, and I've come up with the same answer every time, which is... I have no idea, Elliot. None at all. I wish I could just buy her a candle like I did with all my old co-workers and get it over with. Candles? Not a bad idea. We can make one of those.
What?
You know how to make candles. Oh yeah. I haven't made one in a while, but it isn't difficult. I already have everything here. We can pick up whatever is missing. Okay. So. I have everything here. And we can pick whatever's missing. You either add everything or you don't. Like, this script is outrageous. He walks over to one of the shelves and points out a nicely labeled box. I'm impressed by how organized this workshop is. Everything has its own place. So what do you say? Want to make a candle with me? Yeah, sounds good. Where do we start? Scents. Let's see. Elliot takes a seat on the floor by the boxes and motions for me to join him. He casually stretches his legs out, takes a few tiny glass vials of liquid from one of the boxes and shakes a few to check the contents. Sorry, some of the labels are missing, but you can determine the scent if you sniff them. He picks up a brown liquid close to him and brings it up to his nose. It's clearly diarrhea. Oh no, let me smell. He hands me the vial, which does in fact smell like diarrhea cookies. So yummy. Check this one out. A little less festive, but still delicious. Light purple tells me all I need to know about the flavor, but sniffing it confirms that the liquid is also indeed lilac, or at least something flowery. This one is just like perfume. It's my favorite. Lilac? Yeah, light, flowery, long-lasting. Wow, didn't take you for a guy with a complicated tasting perfume. I'm a man of many talents, I'll have you know. I'm learning that. What else don't I know about you? Probably a lot, same as what I don't know about you. So why don't we play a game? What do you have in mind? 20 questions. The board game where you have to guess what object is on the card you drew? No. Wait, is that a thing? I'm really good at it. I was thinking more along the lines of, you ask me 20 questions, I'll ask you 20 questions. 20 is a lot. 10 might be better. 10 is not enough.
Fair enough.
You go first. Any pets? Feel bad, so you don't. What a fish. Hard to take care of. He scratches away. My mother, blah blah blah. She would clean the algae. Fish every day have to regulate chemicals. So everyone died. Okay. Oh, right, okay, so there was Smokehouse, kinda miss him. Was life really lonely back in the city? Wondering about your life. No friends? Yeah, we already know this. What's work? Here it is. Fake laugh and smile at water cooler. Letting my boss flirt with me so I can keep my job. You didn't want the family business. I did and I didn't. It's not something I wanted, so tossed it aside, but also had other plans that involved going to college and leaving Hawthorne. Everyone always says it's home. It's where my job is, where my best friend and her child are, where really important things are. Important people, important events, and important memories. I don't want to leave now, but that wasn't always the case. I want to be an architect and design buildings, so that's why sketches for the playsets were so good.
Yeah.
I really enjoy drawing. I want to work at a big design firm, make fancy buildings. I laugh about it now. I used to be a farm boy. So funny about that. Never had anything fancy back on the farm and never wanted it until I got to Hawthorne and realized there was more to life than milking cows and feeding chickens. Sometimes I wonder how my mother would like this place. It's beautiful, but she was a country girl through and through. He shakes his head with a small smile. I guess I gave up on exploring different career choice because it meant giving up on the carpenter family business, and that was all I had left with my family. My father began to travel with my stepmom, and my brother moved so far away. A realization dawns on me. I asked Elliot about his past before, and he quickly shut me down. There must be more than what's on the surface. Perhaps he harbors more resentment about his lot in life. Aren't you a little mad that you didn't go after your dream? I was for a little bit. I realized giving up school wasn't what made me so miserable. When Tyson came back with Natalie, everything sort of just clicked. Watching them, I realized I wanted someone to love and continue the family's legacy. In the end, getting a job at a big design firm was never my dream. It was just an easy way to get us out of Hawthorne. He shakes his head. I love it here. Took me a long time to realize that. You can still design buildings here, maybe would take occasional contracts elsewhere, but run your business from the comfort of your Hawthorne workshop. Ha! The business manager would know all about that, huh? Of course, I have a degree in business and marketing. Is that what you always wanted to do? Business? That's another question, by the way. We'll keep a tab. I want to hear your answer. If you asked me that last year, I would have said yes without thinking. My brain was always hyper-focused on being part of the business world. Now I'm not really sure. In college, business classes were my favorites and I really excelled in them. I think that I truly do enjoy the business aspect of things, but my relationship with it is all mucked because of my father's involvement. I hold a lot of resentment towards my father as I realize I've been missing out on little things like eating fancy donuts, picking up Zoe from school, volunteering. The worst part about it is that I actually feel guilty for putting myself first. I still hear Dad's voice in my head nagging me to go back to the city. What would your mother do? Huh? I always think about what my mother would do in a situation that's particularly tough. She was a very rational woman and would make the right choice no matter the circumstances. You really love your mom. With all my heart. I looked down at my lap and frowned. What would my mother do? If she knew how I was feeling, she'd probably be mad that I didn't stick up for myself. She'd be upset at my father for making me feel this way. She'd encourage me to go after what I wanted. Growing up, going against my father would have taken away the parent left in me. Although my mother is still around and I adore her, she wasn't there for the important moments like nominations, birthdays, recitals. She was always gone, and no number of wrap with the kiss signed gift bags were enough to keep her by my side. They weren't real, tangible kisses, just wishful thinking. I held tightly onto my father so I wouldn't lose him. In the end, I lost so much more. Like myself and the rest of my family, all I had was mindless work and this misplaced pride. Without thinking about the consequences, I threw my arms around Elliot with enough force almost knocks him over. He goes for a bit for standing himself with his arms around me. You're so... He hugs me back. Making candles, not having a therapy session. Who's to say this is a new method of candle making? Pour out your feelings before you pour wax over a wick. It's good to talk about your troubles, makes it easier to face them.
Thanks for trusting me with your feelings. I'll be good to them.
He places a tender kiss on the top of my head. The action, while surprising, feels like a warm blanket being wrapped around me. This moment is perfect, almost like a fairy tale that I feel waking up from. I don't know what this means about mine and Ellie's relationship, but the chemistry Natalie mentioned is certainly present. It's very kind of you, Noelle. In return, I'll give you my advice. The sadness and disappointment is just for a little. One day you'll wake up and you won't be mad anymore. You'll realize there's so much more to be happy about. Like my time spent with you, Elliot. I don't have to say what he already knows. I think we should end our 20 questions game early. I'll pull my hand away from his chest for a while, with a smile, though his grip on me doesn't loosen. We do have a candle to make. But getting to work means leaving Elliot's arms. I like it there. My breath hitches in my throat as the words flit through my mind. I have feelings for Elliot. Elliot removes his arms from me with a sad smile. A lot to accomplish. Get to work. Right, of course. That night I curl up into my bed and sleep peacefully, knowing that there are people who care about me in Hawthorne. My fingers are stained with dye and the smell of the many perfumes Elliot and I experimented with for Bernadette's candle. If anything, she can say that I didn't put effort into the gift. My thoughts float back to Elliot and our shared embrace in the workshop. The warmth and comfort I feel around him is a welcome change, and I fall asleep smiling. Everything feels a little less lonely. So did you notice how the choices I made were all like extremely cold, non-romantic at all, and the outcome is still that she caught feelings? So what's the point of having choices, developers? What's the point of me having choices that I can, well, choose from if nothing changes? This isn't a game, this is a book. Kinda a book, because I'm reading a lot. The air is cold as it slams against my face. The snow falling is heavy, picking up with each passing moment. Today went well, don't you think? Yeah, I can't believe we finished almost all of the sets. Sorry for making you stay late, but we were on a roll. It's okay, I agreed to it, but you don't have to walk me to my front door. I did my hands to the pockets of my jacket. Even wearing Elliot's reindeer gloves is enough to shield me from the cold. I'm still amazed that Elliot isn't all bundled up. I parked kinda far today. Seems like everyone is home because of the weather. No one moved their cars. Not that far. Elliot parked the street up from Natalie's house. I insisted that he could just drop me off and be on his merry way, but he wouldn't take that as an answer. Guess I should just abandon you in the cold, dark night. Elliot stops walking, motions the direction of his parked car and with a cheeky smile. You're already so far out, may as well finish the journey. I mean, you almost got us in trouble with the principal today, so it's only fair to walk me, I suppose. Funny how you're changing up your answer now, Noelle, as if you weren't singing Christmas carols just as loudly as I was. It was your falsetto that made the principal poke her head in and ask if everything was going okay. Are you sure it wasn't you butchering the lyrics? You're literally named after a Christmas song, yet you get the words wrong. Ellie and I share a laugh together. Ha ha! Today was fun, Elliot.
I think every day with you is fun.
Noelle. I'm sure not every day. No, I mean every day. Even when you're doing boring stuff like working, hard to believe. Especially then, time flies when we're together. I wish you'd slow down so I can enjoy these moments longer. Snow falls around us, continuing to dust the ground with fluffy white crystals. A heavy snowstorm is brewing, so tomorrow there will be a few inches. Maybe Zoe will get a snow day. She'll be ecstatic. You make it sound so ominous. Nothing ominous about it. I'm just telling you how I feel. We're at that stage in our friendship, right? It's the last part for reassurance. I nod my head in agreement. Talking to Elliot is so comfortable that I hardly notice when I start to vent all my thoughts, and I'm glad he chooses to reciprocate with me. You know, Noelle, if you decide to face your father again, I'll be here to help, even if all you need is someone to sit next to you and listen. That came out of nowhere. I was thinking about what we talked about in our workshop a few days ago. I want you to know that what I said was in the heat of the moment. Life can be hard sometimes, but when you're sharing your struggles with someone else, it makes it easier. It really means a lot that you've taken a chance on me. I used to think that no one was going to waste their time getting to know me if it didn't convenience them. You've gone above and beyond being supportive. It means a lot you've taken a chance on me too. The silence falls over the both of us, and the only thing I can do is ease the tension is look up to the sky. The snow falling tickles my face, a cold sensation anchoring me to reality. Elliot suddenly stomps on the ground, one foot after the other, and I turn my attention back at him. What are you doing? Stomping on a nervous bug. You're nervous? Trying to figure out to ask you something. You can ask me anything. Oh no, I promise to answer. What else has been ever figured out? Now is the moment we take our relationship to the next level, and I'm ready for it. I'm about to give this guy a blowjob in the middle of the street.
Will you accompany me to Zoe's play?
No.
I mean, like...
I'm going to be arriving early to finish setting in the stage. And then go with her.
Yeah. My excuse to see Elliot. I'm just so tired of reading. Waiting patiently for Christmas to come. Are you alright? Sure, what's up? Singing some stuff, care to share, don't tell him. It's nothing, you sure? Really talking about it, cheer up, got up some as usual. Time tonight, you've got to back. Huh? You've got to get back to help with the rehearsal on time, right? After finish last minute things we should do, but tomorrow's still on? Yeah, we're still on.
Coffee bean?
You're right. We need to so we need to get out of here, focus my attention back on cleaning up. Okay, the big show. Yes. What's the matter, Auntie Coffee? Just thinking about what I did. Natalie wears a smug expression, though Zoe seems like she's nearly about to fall from her seat. Knew it, but just settle down, Zoe. You're getting to bed early tonight. Sorry. Talk towards me. Tell me all the details. Me too. What's the advice you need? The other way we were talking together, I was telling him how great he thought I was. He said he was nervous, asking me questions, so I thought he was going to do something like kiss me or confess me true feelings, but he didn't. He just told me that he wanted to go to Zoe's play. What the heck? We're going to do that together anyway. I know. I thought we were getting closer, and all those ideas you put into my head. I'm feeling tears biting at the corner of my eye. I just got my hopes up, I guess. This was the win I needed right now. But it's like another closed window. Have you told him how you feel? No, but Nat, he's just a nice guy. I was probably misreading the signals. I'm stupid for thinking I was special to him. You are special, and you should tell him how you feel so he can understand. Oh shit. Again. She grins, calling back to her previous conversation. The least I can be happy that she took my advice to heart. She's always right. When you see him tomorrow, tell me you want him to kiss you. What? I can't say that. I'll tell him for you. Absolutely not, young lady. Let them sort it out themselves. Non-Coffee Bean has to tell him. What if he ruins the friendship? You really think Elliot would stop talking to you just because he doesn't get your feelings? He'll let you down in the nicest way possible. Gee, that comforting. Tell Ella how you feel. I'll tell Sandy how I feel. Really? Will you? I will promise. You got to do it, Noelle. Same. I'll tell him. Wait, why not tell him tonight when he comes to help me practice? So that's something else you do in private. We can go hide and listen in the room. That's private enough, right?
No.
Absolutely not. It's fine. Doesn't matter anyways. Busy at the school, Zoe. Let's go ahead and practice your lines one more time for the play. I thought he'd come to help me practice. Sorry, Jellybean, but let's run through the lines one more time and show me your hard work tomorrow. That was really good, Zoe. I don't know, maybe I should sing or something. I don't think you have to sing the lines, Zoe. Besides, too late to make changes to your lines. The play's tomorrow. But I want to stand out so everyone notices me. They will notice you. How can you be so sure? You're my mom, and you have to say that. For one, your outfit is cute as can be. No ghost, future, or present can top it. That's so true. My outfit is pretty nice, and you've been practicing your lines all week. You've totally got this. What if I don't? What if I look out into the crowd and I forget my lines? Then you start singing to distract everyone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wing it. We gotta make it look like everything is natural. Just keep going even if you make up the lines. You know how the story goes anyway. You can just make up some of the lines so long as they mean the same thing. Okay, I guess. She says she takes a seat in between her mother and I. Clearly there's something else bothering her. Natalie and I give her a moment to gather her thoughts. Is her dad? How come Ellie didn't come today? Didn't he want to help me? Oh, what the fuck? Of course he does, honey. He's just busy setting up for the play. He could have come anyway. Now looks at me, your eyes full of pity. You'll see him tomorrow, Zoe, don't worry. But he said he would help me practice. He promised to be here with all of us to help me learn the lines. Bitch, stop being a spoiled brat. He promised he would be here. He promised. He's been here, Zoe. He said he would always be here to help me, so he lied. He lied. Oh my god, I'm sick of this. And for night, should get some rest. Blah, blah, blah. I'll check on Zoe. Noon for argument, two of us part ways for the night. This is 25 days, right? I still have like a shit ton more. Like I just gotta check because this game is just this game. Okay, guys, I was able to not get spoiled, but I do think this will go all the way up until Christmas, which is fucking terrible. Although she's not as tearful, Zoe's nerves are not calmed down by morning because she's a little bitch. Zoe paces back and forth in the living room till her dress, sitting her ankles, she turns sharply. Rise and walk with me. Try not to slow down anymore. I'm putting clothes on. We're going to grade on. Seconds there and then fly. Those nervous bugs. Mailing design most of myself just helped. This is not a great to have things like that. I think a lot of money's not all cracked up to me. Trust me. No, it's true. Advice. We need to be rich. But it helps. I just came to that conclusion. I wish someone told me that from the beginning. Some things I'd figure out on wrong. True. Waste 8 years doing it. It's not a waste. You learn something, Noelle. Elliot told me the same thing. Well, it's about time we left. Come on, we've got to show the catch. Gonna move on, ladies. Natalie ushers to the door. She puts her hand on my back and motion for Zoe falls outside to her car. Touring full of people chattering to one another. The walls are decorated with tints and Christmas lights. Something Elliot must have done this morning. Go and find your class, Zoe. Okay. Before she leaves, Zoe stomps on the ground and squishes her nervous bug once more. She runs off while Natalie and I find a seat in the crowd, only a few rows from the front. We've saved a spot for Elliot on the right side of me. Sure, going to be so good. Zoe's been practicing so much, and you and Elliot have been working so hard. I think I'm just as excited as Zoe is. It's going to be great. Natalie jumps at his voice and places a hand on her heart. Don't sneak up on me like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Forgive me, it's almost Christmas. You're forgiven. Come, we saved you a seat over there next to Noelle. Elliot has to squeeze past Natalie and I to get to his seat, but Natalie insisted he sit next to me because I felt I need to spill the beans during the Christmas show. I am doing such a thing when Natalie's sitting right next to me. I want Elliot and I to be alone in case he rejects me. Thanks. Squeeze past Natalie, who gives him a light encouraging pat on the back. I sit stiff as a board until he takes a seat. Hi, Noelle. You look nice today.
Thanks.
My throat feels as if it's blocked with everything I want to say, but I can barely get a word out. Turn looks so good, Elle. Noelle and I did an amazing job, didn't we? I cleared my throat trying to answer. It was mostly you.
You know, I couldn't have done it without you.
City girl. Only little credit is still did most of the work. I let a weak laugh. Ah, like this. Elliot turns to Natalie to not keep her out of the conversation. How was Zoe? Is she nervous? A little. Noelle and I gave her a lot of encouragement last night. She's come really far. Instead of staying in silence looking about her classmates, she's prepared for sharing having a great time. She got decorated Christmas tree, visit the holiday market, and spend time with the family. I think it's because of you, Noelle. You made this holiday really special. My little girl changed my holiday too. Tyson would be so damn proud if you could see her now. Nat places a hand on her heart. I think so too. Oh, Natalie, there you are. The wind approaches and it's easily winded. Natalie, is Zoe with you? Oh, I've looked everywhere for her. What? Natalie stands with a start and I follow. Said she was going to join the class a few minutes ago. Oh heavens, we can find her and the show's about to start. Ellie stands with Natalie and I equally worried. We'll go help look for her. Natalie's breath is shaky. I'm sure she's fine, Nat. She probably ran to the bathroom or something. I only imagine the aria must be running through her mind. Her daughter is missing. What if someone... corn. There are so many people here, and it's possible that Zoe got lost, or worse, we'll find her net. We'll keep looking for her as well. There's still a few minutes before the show. Zoe's teacher rushes off. Noelle, Elliot, what do we do? We're going to split up and look for her. Don't worry, Natalie. With all of us looking, we'll find her no time at all. I paused to think about Zoe's behavior last night and this morning. No, remember how nervous she was this morning last night? Natalie straightens at once. She ran off somewhere and hid. Oh, she must be so nervous. I'll go search the classrooms. Noelle and I will look outside the building. I bet they haven't checked there yet. Right. Natalie's face is deadly white. She gathers up her things and once hurries out of the crowded auditorium. Where should we look first? Look at Ellie, my heart racing, eyes full of worry. There's a bench outside the school where we sometimes wait to pick up Zoe. Let's look there first. Ellie and I ignores, we rush, blah blah blah. School is deserted. No, look, sure. When you see him from a bench on your knees. Noelle, blah, blah, blah. It's far too cold out here. Let's get inside. Go home. Worked so hard. Who's gonna laugh at me? Things ruined. Alice, you said you would be here to help me practice, but you lied. You weren't there last night. I'm sorry, Zoe. I had set up for the play. That's why I wasn't there. You promised. I did, didn't I? I'm sorry. He sniffles, tears down her cheeks. I think I can guess the real reason behind them being upset, and it isn't entirely because of Elephant keeps promise. I put my arm around the girl. You've been through a lot lately, Zoe, but you don't have to feel like you're dealing with it on your own. Even though Elliot couldn't be there last night, he's here right now, and he was thinking how hard you worked over these past few weeks, all while setting up for the play. That's right. I was so excited to see you from today and blow us all out of the water. Not to mention, look at your beautiful costume. You're going to outshine everyone. Zoe keeps wiping her tears, but Noelle is going to leave, and when she leaves, Mom was sad again and will be alone. Never said I was going to leave. Why do you think that? Told Mom you were going to look for a new career this morning. Another tear rolls down her cheek. Ellie looks at me with a strange expression. No, love. No. Just because I said look for a career doesn't mean that I'm leaving Hawthorne. You mean it? How could I leave you and Natalie? I'd be so lost without two of you. That's right. You need your help with love advice. It's not my turn to let out a small noise. You're telling me I on Coffee Bean? No. Oh. And clear my throat. Ellie, can you text Natalie and let her know we found Zoe? Of course. He stands and pulls out his phone while he reminds back to Zoe. Better hurry up and make a move. Shh. Little girl sneaks and dries the rest of her tears into her. Within minutes, comes running. Zoe scared the life out of me. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm just glad you're safe. I'll go find your teacher and let her know that everything's alright. Thank you, Elliot. Mom, do you think Dad is proud of me? It sounds false. Of course, I looked to Natalie to respond to her daughter. It isn't my place to say what her father would be thinking, but I'm sure my answer is the same as Natalie's. What, honey? Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Because he was always so brave even when he was sick. Your father was nervous all the time. Just pretend like he wasn't. Really? Why? Because he didn't want to make anyone else worry about him. He was very stubborn. But worrying about someone is okay. That's what Noel said in the park. I think we should tell people how we're feeling so they can understand. We also talked about how hard it is for people to do that sometimes. Dad could have talked to me. I would have understood. You wanted to look like Superman to you, Zoe. That's how he wanted you to remember him. He's always going to be my Superman no matter what. He'd be extremely proud of you, seeing you practicing and giving something your all. Really? Really. Finally, the girl smiles. Hey, Mom. Yes, love. Auntie Coffee Bean still hasn't told Elliot that she likes him. Let's give her a little more time before we start teasing Zoe. Okay. She's very happy. Everything went fine. There's a
That's
big
my
hug.
girl. You absolutely killed it. Show stealer.
Okay. I really did good. So good. Amazing. Thank you guys for coming. It's so much fun. And guess what? What? I went to send G backstage. She invited me to hang out with her and some other classmates. Secret Santa thing. That's not how. This is not how it works. She makes me feel in school, so she's probably the same. We can all hang out together. This is not. So can I go, Mom? If I can jump around with Bernadette, then yes. This is going to be the best Christmas ever. I can feel the
Christmas ever.
Okay, you have to be brave. Later. You promise. I know, I'll do it. Well, let's go find Brenda and Sandy. You two go on to Secret Change. Bring her home at a responsible time, Elliot. We've got that gingerbread kid you bought us, and we're baking cookies for Santa tonight. Christmas Eve isn't for another few days. Bake the cookies and the
Fair enough.
I'm down home at a respectable time. Thank you very much, that's all I ask. There we go.
Country boy.
Country boy. I take his hand, there's any sparkle. Just nervous as two of us fall the current of people outside of the building. Once you're really struggling, I started with my eyes. And bittersweet, blah blah blah. Elk proper gentleman, with my hands, we walk through the entrance. Big day. Okay, for a second along with Elliot. So this is where I asked them to track myself from the Thundering Heart. Basically, go up to the table, find the gift with their name on it, and take it home. Find your name. You don't open your gift here? Nope, because you don't want people to get jealous of the gift you got. But everything is homemade, or just can people get. Find your gifts. And people as you pass them out from them really cheap jokes. You know, he's friendly with everyone. Something like that. You look so way to pleasure to shrug my shoulders. Let me help you with your gifts for a moment, please. Oh, purple, gold, green. So pretty. I thought your gift looked good. Yeah, because you help. So your sign is very lucky. It's about fun presentation. It's true these gifts are all anonymous, or is it teasing me? It's true. I don't know. Fun. Funny not. Blah 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 blah. Like, look at all this fucking. Oh shit, my mic. My mic fell off. I hope that it's still okay. Like, look at all this useless, pointless fucking scene. Live with my father. We didn't have a sled. We used a trash can lid. You miss your family. How can I do that? Invite your family over for Christmas. Video call. That's a weird idea. I'm a genius. You're welcome. You have to tell Nat. Your family's going to take command of all that I'm for. I'll do it in says now or never. The heat response radiates. Mistake, realize I can do this.
Hey, don't worry about the others. Eyes on me.
Two of us, when people talk about it, what would they say? That you're having fun for the first time? Yourself? I want to be good enough for you.
Haven't you realized by now I like you, Elliot?
Often others. I do like you more than a friend.
I'm falling in love with you, Noelle.
Woo! Your first date, but you asked if I'd come with you. Natalie's always playing. I'm supposed to think it's a date, so I got ready for someone to come out.
Unfortunately, you've made me.
I can't. I don't give a shit. I wish I knew it was a date. I like your style. Business casual. La 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 la.
You're out of my league. Just look at you. You're beautiful.
There. Okay. Oh man, it's finally over. Holy shit. It's finally over. This was one of the worst indie games I've completed. I mean, look, it's a visual novel, but what a waste. Choices don't matter. I don't feel chemistry. a lot of pointless dialogue. Cringe start to finish. The script does not make sense. My favorite character was Natalie. And I think that's saying a lot on a story where you're meant to be romantic and discover love and whatever. Like everything was cringe, in my opinion. Like I didn't like this at all. Nonetheless, I hope that this somehow was entertaining to you, and help you decide whether or not you should play this, see if you enjoy this or not. I didn't. I tried to entertain myself, which it was really hard at times. My throat hurts like a bitch because I've been talking nonstop for almost 4 hours. So yeah, I do need to stop. I didn't enjoy this at all, unfortunately. Like, I guess the visuals are pretty, but like there's a lot of things wrong also on the visual sense, because characters are talking to each other, but the design, like the way that it's the visuals, the characters are always looking at me, the player, when they should be looking at each other, because they're talking to each other. They're not talking to me as a like in a first person. You know what I mean? Like so that was really weird. The fact that they don't change outfits is very weird to me. I don't know. A bunch of stuff just doesn't make sense. And the fact that I went with the choices that just went with I'm not interested. And the romance still happened and both of them fell in love with each other. To me, it feels like a joke. Like, what? So yeah, this is pretty much the gist of why I did not like this game. This has just been my opinion. And obviously anyone is free to disagree. Again, you know, people like different things, and that's absolutely fine. If you enjoyed it, perfect. I'm actually jealous because I did wish that I had a good time and I didn't. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next game.